his last year. He wants to be paid. I get it, man. If I'm him, I'm doing the same thing. Like, hey, man, as long as the message is just get me a new contract and the message is not, I want out of here. As long as that's the message, hey, it's great. Devon Achane, we're going to get you paid. We understand how good you are. Hell, you're a young guy, and we know how good, we know all the things you can do, and we need you. We need you on the rebuild. We need you on everything we're doing. Right. He's one of the young guys. You're 24 years old. You got 3 years of experience, and by the way, all really good years. Even when he was splitting time, becoming the full-time guy last year, he was still putting up stupid numbers. Yards per carry has just been off the charts in the NFL for what he's done 2 out of those 3 years, including his rookie year. So, yeah, he wants to get paid. All right. Devon's not here. He's handled, I don't know who his agent is. Honestly, I don't really give a crap who his agent is. I'm not a big agent guy. But they've handled it the right way. Now, we find out he wants out, then that will change things. But if not, I think they can get a contract done with him. I know it's not going to be easy. I also know running backs don't make a whole hell of a lot of money, which is crazy. Woody and I were talking last night. It really is. When you get a guy, and 4 or 5 teams have him. Buffalo's got one. Atlanta's got one. Baltimore's got one. You know the guys I'm talking about. They're all got a little different body to them, maybe a little different style running, but they're all special guys, and they're workhorses. They touch the ball outside of the quarterback more than anybody, and we don't pay them because we're afraid they're going to get hurt, and we won't be able to see them because of the amount of hits they take. But so it should be, you look, it's always been crazy to me. Even a number 2 receiver, how much more they make than a back that plays first, second, and third down. It really is amazing. So I think they can get a deal done with Devon Achane, and hopefully that's what happens from yesterday. But, hey, man, they're asking about a lot of different things, and everybody's trying to get to know the coach. He's a good guy, tries to answer the questions the best he can, not giving away his game plan for the draft, what he and the general manager are working on. But it was nice, man. It was good. Hey, getting our guys together, it's kind of fun. Having the young guys in the building it's true, man. I always say this about my tennis courts. I love when there's kids there. I don't want a bunch of grumpy old people. I had a friggin' lady the other day at tennis. You want to hear something? Speaking of grumpy, I've never had this happen. I had some crazy things happen that I haven't shared with you. And one happened yesterday, but one happened recently at tennis last weekend. All these women, they have their leagues against each other, right? And so the leagues are usually done by 11. I get out there at right around 11. That's when the women have all their leagues and take most of the courts. And we got like 24 courts. We got a huge facility in Plantation, very nicely run over there. Great place. So, you kind of wait. So I'm sitting there stretching, waiting, and this lady comes over, says, "Excuse me." And I thought she was going to ask me. Occasionally somebody will go, "Hey, you want to play, or do you want to hit with us? We need a fourth." And if I know the women, some of the women I've known for 25, 30 years that are my age, and I go, "Yeah, I'll hit with you guys for a little while till my game gets here." Comes up and says, "Hey, we need somebody to be a judge, come out and for our game." I went, "What?" Yeah. She wasn't happy with the calls out on thing and thought that I could come over there and yeah, I'm getting ready to play. Let me just stop and I'll go out there and just stand over on the side next to the net and go, "Oh no, I think that caught the line." The women were, bitching at each other and going back and forth. And, hey, hey, that was a bad call and it there, Harriet. So that kind of stuff. Yesterday I had something weird happen, man. I did mall walk. It cleared up. It was on and off the weather yesterday. So I went out to the mall at the big Sawgrass Mall. I don't mind telling you because I'm probably never going to go again after yesterday. I mean, I'll go out there and if I need to get something, and they got restaurants I like out there, and I'll go out there and maybe circle it around whatever's going on at the arena if I want to go to something out there, which is not very often. So I must have said yesterday I was going to be out there. Is that what I did, Woody?
You did. Yeah, you did.
So
when we did the weather report.
Yesterday, by the way, I did this to myself. So I'm out there, call my wife, hey, come meet me. She comes out and meets me. So let's walk, and then we'll do it close, and then we can eat somewhere, one of the restaurants between 11 and 12 o'clock, and get caught up a little bit.
Sounds like a nice day.
Yeah, I'm trying. Listen, man, the kids are gone, and trying to spend this kind of first year, no kids, and trying to cut back a little bit on all the male bonding and
how did this
family.
go? How did this go wrong?
Well, this did not go well because I mentioned some idiot shows up, and while I'm walking, and I realize they're looking at me, and now they're following me, and now they stop me and catch up, and the guy had wanted to talk. Okay, hey, thanks, appreciate you listening. Great. No, the guy said I came out here because I knew you were going to be here. And that's scary right there. This wasn't some promotion for Sawgrass Mall. It was me walking. And I just thought most people that have a life, when I say I'm doing something, I kind of make fun of myself. It's usually an older group that walks out there, or the shoppers that want to get there a little early and are going to hit a line to get some product they might want at the one of 2 million stores that are out there. Sawgrass Mall is huge, huge place. So this guy starts walking with us without being invited. So my wife's obviously like,
this is brutal, man.
No, it gets better. So the guy is going into like our show, and he disagrees, and somebody he likes, and I don't want to get into who it was about and stuff.
It's not tour related, is it?
I don't want to get into it.
Right.
I really don't.
Right.
So the guy is like annoying, and now he's walking and walking and walking. So I finally had to be a Richard and say, hey, man, I'm with my wife. I appreciate you being here. I said, appreciate you listening. I can see you love sports and you're passionate about it, but I didn't ask for somebody to walk with. I got my wife with me, and I'd like to spend some time with her. So now the guy's mad. So now he starts in about, oh, yeah. I've had somebody tell me that's the kind of guy you are. Like, you blow people off. I go, blow you off? I said, you just walk half the mall with me. I know how to get rid of you, man. And now I'm pissed, right? Now it's like, now you win.
Because you are good with people.
Hey, man, I don't need that. I don't care what people. Honestly, I don't care. Look, I'm sure I'm probably not nice to everybody.
No, you're great, man. You're a people person. You're the
So anyway, I said, hey, man, now you pissed me off. I tell the guy, I said, now you went too far. I said, man, you need to just get out of my face and go. So guy is like, and there's nobody around, right? There's only a few people walking. It's still walking time.
Yeah.
And so it was horrible. And then the guy comes around for a second time. He leaves for a second, but he's not done. He comes back. And I mean, there's nothing I can do physically. I'm just like, dude, you got to go. Please go get a life. And I did. I took some jabs, like, go get a life. This was unbelievable. Absolutely ruined it to the point my wife just wanted to go home. So that was my day. There's crazies out there, man. There's crazies.
So we're expecting more weather today.
I won't be going there.
I live near that Pembroke Lakes Mall.
That's too small. It's a short.
But it's nice. It's very empty.
No, it's got good stuff.
Like there's nobody there. I had to go on a weekday to pick something up.
If I do go, I would never tell anybody again that I'm going mall walking.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It's just not a good idea.
But they got everything for you. They got your pretzel place. They got the Miss Fields cookies. So I got all the nice smells.
I know. No, I'm aware. We go there. So the second time the idiot comes up to me, now the wife's like, I'm getting out of here. This is weird.
Your wife really hates this stuff.
Please walk me to my car. It's I don't want to
really.
eat. I'm done. This is just
so no lunch.
No.
Wow.
I walked through the
trouble finds you.
I walked
man.
through a car. It sounded like a separation. I've done that before. You walk somebody to a car and you tell them goodbye, and they go to one house and you go to another. Hey, anyway, I just
guy says you got to respect that guy for his tenacity. Yeah. I kind of do, but
hey, man, and he got his jabs on. I mean, he got his verbal jabs in there. He wasn't like in my face like he's gonna fight me, but he was he was like wanted to. And then as soon as he goes, I knew you were like that. Yeah, too big time, right? Yeah. I knew you were like.
Was it personal? Like he was defending the guy, like he was his cousin or something?
No. But he felt strongly about some things, and
Okay.
honestly, he got into a few things I didn't even care about, and I'm just talking all sports, and then he hit me with, why don't I talk about a certain sport more?
Really?
And
you don't want to tell us which one?
Listen, Woody, I appreciate you trying to.
I'm not trying to egg you on at all. I'm just curious what he said.
I just it was a bad. It ruined about half the day.
You do seem upset about it.
I bounced back a little bit, but I truly, if you're listening this morning, you're one of the greatest idiots I've ever met in my life. And if I could have, and I wouldn't have gotten in trouble, I would have punched you in the face. But I didn't do it.
That would have been.
No, it would have been terrible. But the fallout the rest of the day was
end up on TMZ, psycho radio host, tax guy.
Sawgrass.
I don't know about TMZ. Barry Jackson would be all over that. Barry Jackson to come parachuting out of the ceiling there to get that story. Get the photos.
That's what we thought he was all about. Hey, anyway, we got to go to break. We do have a lot of stuff.
You sounded a little beat up when I talked to you yesterday.
Crazy day, man. Crazy day.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, I ended up just going to my office for therapy, my own office, not
just
with
listening to that
Barry.
Hafley press conference on loop there.
Hey, I got to tell you, actually, better? Jeff Hafley he did. I was like, give me a little Jeff Hafley. I feel better. And don't charge me, Coach, for listening to you, man. It was good stuff. Yeah, man, an innocent walk at a friggin' mall that's not even open except to walkers. And it's the average age, God only knows the average age, probably a rookie in that group with the wife. And
a lot of people out here got your back, by the way, man.
Oh, my God.
Here you go. 786 says, Joe, you should walk Flamingo Road Nursery. They'll treat you and your wife to lunch. He said, we'll make sure no one bothers you.
Oh, no, that's my guy out there.
You can have a place all to yourself.
I love that place out there. We go out there with the kids. I just met the new owner. He's a wonderful guy.
Really?
Oh, no, I've had a great experience at Flamingo Gardens. That's my wife's turf, though.
Okay.
She's the one in the gardening that spends lots and lots of money at Flamingo Garden. Lots and lots of money.
I need some trees and stuff for our place, so maybe my wife can meet your wife and they can go walk the nursery together.
My wife can't walk her through that. Oh, I got to get those plants. Oh, I love those flowers. And she plants them. She
does it?
She loves doing that. That's her thing. I know.
Oh, I was going to hire someone to do it. Maybe she can come
over. No, man.
Does she like doing it?
Yeah, she'll take 5 or 6 hours on a weekend and dig. And
she digs?
That. Well, digs a little hole to put the plants down.
What do you do while she's doing? You sit
I'm in the house watching watch TV in the house. I'm very consistent. Woody, stop it. Hey, let's go to your South Florida Chevy dealers this morning. Man, you could tell. By the way, thank you. That was therapy for me this morning, and I really appreciate everybody listening to that horrible story. But hey, sometimes you say things about people, and other people want to sit and talk about it and really get into it while you're walking. I must have taken it for like 15 minutes. I swear. It felt like about an hour. Right now, I want to tell you about your South Florida Chevy dealers. Man, I got to tell you, truck family right now is just on fire. Chevy Silverados, the Colorados, we got a truck absolutely perfect for you. And to those guys that get up early in the morning, I know why you get up early. You got a job to do, man, and you're going to be working all day. Hey, check that. You're going to be working all weekend as well. You got a job. You want to get it done. You're going to bust your butt. You're going to do a great job, and you need a truck that works as hard as you do. Hello, Chevy Silverado. We got a truck absolutely perfect for your lifestyle, as durable and strong and powerful as you are every day. Maybe it's a truck that has to do with the whole family, or maybe it has to do with pulling around all your favorite toys on the weekend. Yeah, your jet skis and your boat and everything else. Man, we got a truck with all the power you need. It's perfect for your lifestyle. And as I said, you need that extra space for the kids. We got them, man. Great trucks, Great deals going on right now with our number one selling Chevy Silverado and Colorado trucks. You just can't go wrong. It's like they've custom made a truck absolutely perfect for your lifestyle. Whether it's SUVs, whether it's that new Corvette, whatever you're going through in your life, we got a Chevy perfect for you right now. Stop by your South Florida Chevy dealers today. Outstanding offers. Take some test drives. You will fall in love. and our head coach is getting right to what we're about and what we're doing. All getting ready for that 11th pick, maybe that 30th pick too. But it's going to make that draft a lot of fun, man. I remember the year we had I remember the year. I've been in a lot of the draft parties, and I have a blast. I do enjoy going out there and hanging. And by the way, they're not just Dolphin fans, they're NFL fans that show up and like to have, a couple cold ones and enjoy yourself. And I'm usually out there with Nat Moore and a couple other guys show up. And it makes it fun. And you're sitting around talking. We got our favorite guys from our schools and trying to wait. There's nothing worse, though, being at a draft party and you don't have a first-round pick. And we had a couple of those, right? We had just a couple years ago, the highest pick was a third-round pick, and that didn't go real well. And then we had a few years later, had a second-round pick and no first-round pick. That didn't go very well either. But anyway, it's just the fact of not going to a draft party and you're not in the party, right? Your team, you're there. And I was there when we had Cam Smith, which we got Cam Smith, but it was a Friday pick, not the Thursday night pick. And I looked around, and I remember telling Nat Moore, Nat, and I was having tequila, and it was an Uber night, even though I had to come in to work the next day. And sometimes you just got to play hurt, which I'm from that school of sometimes you got to get up in the morning on a Friday and just suck it up, get through 4 hours and going, boy, I wasn't very pretty, but I made it. It's over. But I remember looking at Nat and going, it's incredible how many people, it was at Hard Rock, how many people are here and we don't have a first-round pick. And there were Dolphin fans everywhere. They still wanted to and I was like, this is amazing. They blocked an area off. It was really nice. And it's not going to be at Hard Rock this year, but it was just great. And I was thinking, can you imagine if you had a first-round pick? I can't even imagine having 2 first-round picks and what this is going to be like. Yeah, there's so anyway, 11th pick. Hopefully we stay right where we are and we just jump on it. And I don't know. And some of this has to do with our past history. That's sliding down, Woody. And Woody, you got to me on this one. You're right. I don't want to slide down and then hear the next day, oh, there was a group of 5 guys we liked, and we knew we were going to get one of them, and we felt basically the same. No. Be in love with the first girl. I don't need you dating 5 different girls and then tell us which one, and maybe lying about the 5th one because she's not what you thought she was going to be. But take the pretty one, man. Take the prettiest one in the group, and let's roll. Let's roll. Now, 30th pick, all bets are off because I do know through the years some guys have wanted to jump back in that first round and make you an offer you can't refuse. So I understand that can happen. Hey, by the way, before I get carried away with Jeff Hafley getting me all jacked up yesterday, damn, I wish I was there now after listening to him and breaking everything down, not beating around
you
the
and
bush.
Bo at the next press conference just cheering in the back there.
I might.
Just clap.
I told Father Ed at the Catholic Church I was going to give him a kiss, and I was there.
Yeah.
I might have to give Jeff Hafley one of those man kisses as well.
You've been very
maybe man
excited.
hug, maybe a little too far in the kiss thing. You're right. It was brought to my attention that might be. My wife goes, "Do you really say that? When you get all excited, you say, I'm going to kiss that man when I see him." Like, you don't need to tell him that. Just tell me you like what he's doing.
Next time you go mall walking, you should put in some headphones and just listen to Jeff Hafley.
I am sorry. I just wanted to get it out of the way early in the morning when something's bothering me. This show has saved me a lot of money on therapy. I've paid for a lot of therapy through the years with wives and children and me. That's the hat trick. I just hit the friggin' hat trick. And so, yeah. Thank you for letting me get a freebie in there early this morning. I appreciate it. By the way, man, Sandy Alcantara, oh my gosh, brother, you deserve better. Just a little bit of help from your buddies.
So close.
And our guy who should have been pitching in the 9th, wife's having a baby. He's out for a while.
I blame our writers, though, man, and our team. Like, I saw, Will Mantz, I think with Barry. Like, they're all always got 2 straight games of shutouts and just needs the one more.
Put the whammy on him.
Boy, you can't do that. Everyone knows you can't do that with baseball.
But
it's like the no-hitter. You don't talk about it.
9th inning, they take Sandy out. He got a little trouble, and it was time. And you go, all right, bring in a closer. And our closer, the guy we paid the money, the guy that's making the money of all times, his wife's having a friggin' baby. So he's not there.
Mm.
And he bounces one. You need one out. He bounces one in front of the plate, wild pitch, 2-2. We go to extra innings and lose. Sandy Alcantara deserves better. And by the way, I get our announcers a little fired up too. Like, damn. I think everybody's rooting for Sandy Alcantara. And 8 1/3 innings. So because those runners were on, they're his responsibility. So those 2 runs are on him because those were his 2 guys on base. But, man, just get 2 outs. And I'm not blaming. I understand it's going to happen. Anthony Bender didn't do it on purpose. But a wild pitch, sac fly, and that's it. And 2 in the 9th, and then go to extra innings. And that was a disaster. 6-3, the Marlins end up losing that game. So, but, man, Sandy, just 8 1/3, 8 innings shutout, man. 8 innings shutout. And I just wonder, because I saw 8 innings, and our guys are going, to your point, bring them out, back-to-back shutouts. It's a hell of a story if it would happen. Back-to-back shutouts from Sandy Alcantara against a Reds team that's won 5 straight. They're nice start for them. But, man, 8 innings, shutout. You bring them back. The pitch count is still low. Guy has just been super efficient. And doesn't do it. And first thing I saw, I go, uh-oh. Closer left early. The baby. They're having the baby up in Tampa area. Oh, man. And Anthony Bender has been really good. I mean, he's had his moments as a setup guy, I guess a little bit as a closer, and he just he bounced one in front of the plate. Of all ways to lose it with 2 outs, too. The bounce, and not lose it, but ties the game up, and then you lose in extra innings. So that was a rough one, man. Just a rough one. And by the way, the Heat, one thing about the Heat, when they lose, especially on the road, they make sure they get their ass kicked. So there's no question if you're going to talk about them. Last night, Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes from down here in South Florida. By the way, he turned out to be a really good player. You remember who he used to play with? Vernon Carey Jr. at university school? That team was unbelievable. And Scotty Barnes was the other guy. God, he ended up being went to FSU, ended up being a really good pro. But anyway, they put it on him. Big, just pounded. I mean, they deserve to be in the 10 spot. Hell, they probably deserve the way they've been getting their ass kicked at times. They probably deserve to be in that 11th spot and just getting ready for the draft themselves. God, that was brutal last night. Points in the paint, 70-34. They couldn't hit threes, and they just got pounded, just out-rebounded by 12. It's just some bad numbers. Shoot 36% from the field. Toronto gets after you defensively, and boy, they have in every game they've played them. So that's it for that. We've got more stuff to get to here. Yeah, it was a hat trick for our teams last night. Hat trick of losses for the 3 teams here on the QAM family last night. You couldn't turn anywhere. We were losing everywhere, man. Losing. By the way, the Panthers are out of it, but they're looking like they're going to get a friggin' win in Montreal. 21 seconds left. They give up a goal, and they go into a shootout and lose. Rough night last night, man. Rough night. We got more stuff to get to here this morning as we continue on here.
Anything good from yesterday? I mean, you got attacked at the mall.
I didn't say
we got these losses.
I didn't say attack. Like the guy did not touch me.
No, not physically attacked, but verbally attacked.
It wasn't.
He ruined you didn't even get to lunch. Where were you going to go? You going to go to one of those
No, they got 5 or 6 really good restaurants.
Were you Cheesecake Factory or something?
Probably on the other side. But, yeah, there's some restaurants we really like out there.
Yeah.
And we just go for lunch. It's just 2 of us and talk. And
that would have been nice.
Kid and grandkids. And my dad's stuff comes up. And I talk about and her mother, my mother-in-law is still going strong. And all of a sudden, this friggin' idiot. He truly is an idiot, man. I didn't deserve it. Whatever I say on the radio, that doesn't, and it's my fault. You know why? Because how many times did I say yesterday I was going mall walking? I did, didn't I? Just tell me I did.
Oh yeah, you definitely announced. You announced where you were going, what time.
Friggin' guy by himself out there, man, waiting for me.
Yeah, no,
Thought
you
it thought
definitely.
thought we were gonna. He must thought I was gonna be by myself. Like, and
Now you're gonna go today, I would assume
no, I'm not.
somewhere.
No,
But
no, no,
not
no,
not
no, no. That
Sawgrass.
guy ran me right out of there, brother.
Where are you gonna walk? You in
Uh,
a treadmill in your garage or
I'll walk in
something?
the friggin' rain around my house.
Really? You're that broken from your
Oh,
walk in the rain?
oh, oh, that one, man. And then you get to the point. You go, I knew you were like that. Oh, big time. Oh, you're a big time. Ooh, man. All right. Hey, we got to go to break. We're running a little bit late. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
The unofficial beginning of football season is in Pittsburgh at the end of the month, and the city's
All right, Jeff Hafley, head coach of the Miami Dolphins, talking about a few things, getting media that were out there yesterday, a couple of fundamental things that he believes in and what he's going to work and what he's trying to get accomplished right now. Troy Aikman being able to bounce some things off Troy Aikman from time to time. I guess Troy Aikman's going to be around a little bit. Did I see somewhere that he's going to be in the war room the night of the draft? Oh, my God. I just wonder when they go around to all the teams, and if you've ever seen the war room, they're all happy war rooms. No matter where you're picking, you jump up and down. They show that shot, and the owner and the GM are fist pumping. We got our guy. We friggin' got our guy, right? And everybody's shaking hands, and everybody that's in on the decision that's invited, the 20 people or so, maybe more, sit around the boardroom. And they're all shaking hands like, hey, fans, you guys are all watching. This guy, we got the guy we wanted. So it looks like Troy's going to be there for that. Looks like we're going to have a couple Hall of Fame quarterbacks there with us. We'll have more Hall of Fame quarterbacks than anybody for sure if we got Aikman and Marino. We'll and go from there. So anyway, it's right around the corner, 2 weeks from tomorrow. First round of the NFL draft. The Dolphins with 2 picks in the first round. Been a while since we did that, right? Going back to 2 years in a row where we had 3 first round picks the 1 year, and came back with a couple more. So but it's been a while since. And then we had a couple lean years where we did those trades. And again, I'm not getting in the history lesson because the history lesson was not. It ended up not being what we needed it to be. I know we got 11 wins 1 year, and some of you got lathered up. 11-6 without a playoff win. Lost to, of all teams, go play Kansas City, who, by the way, I believe went on to win it all that year. Didn't they have to go on the road for some of those games after being at home and beating us up about 90 below zero, the coldest friggin' day I've ever felt in my life, ever. It was cold. Didn't affect Mahomes throwing the ball, though. I know that. He was throwing it around like it was about 70 degrees that crazy day. Hey, so anyway, we got all kinds of other stuff going on. Last night, not a great night here in South Florida for sports teams. Sandy Alcantara, let's just start with that. He is just first 2 outings, unbelievable. And yes, he deserved, oh my God, did he deserve a win last night? 8 innings, first 8 innings, shutout baseball, Marlins up 2-0. And you're going, man, this is great. The only thing I thought of, and of course, the announcers are going, let him come out and get everybody wants to see a complete game. They don't happen a lot in today's game. They don't. And I'm thinking, wow, Sandy, and I was with him. I don't want to be a phony. Yeah, Sandy Alcantara going out for the 9th complete game, what a shutout. That'd be a hell of a story in back-to-back games. So, and the pitch count was still low after 8 innings. And then I said for just a second, our closer who's been really good is wife having a baby. He's not there. So Anthony Bender, after Sandy gets in a little bit of trouble in the 9th, they take him out right away. And Anthony Bender just needs to get 1 out. And throws a wild pitch. They score, and that ties it up at 2-2. And it was a sac fly and wild pitch anyway. So it all evens out. Sandy will have some games where he doesn't pitch. He'll give up 4 or 5 runs, but he'll get a win because the Marlins go out and score 9 or 10 runs. And I'm like, I don't know about that, man. That one's got a little ouch to it. I know it's early in the season, but that one with your best player who's still here at age 30, man, he deserved. You shut somebody out for 8 innings. You deserve to win, man. He didn't get it last night. So 6-3 loss in 10 innings last night. Reds have now won 5 straight. 2 more games, by the way, if you want to go to the ballpark. Don't let the rain. No problem there. We got the old top. We paid some extra money to put a top on that bad boy for days like yesterday and today. So a couple days left to get out to the ball game against the Reds. And the Heat they went up to Canada, the first of two at Toronto, and they just got kicked around. Didn't shoot the ball well, shoot 36%, 12 of 44 on threes, didn't do that well, and then got pounded in the paint, 70-34, out rebounded by 12. It was a bad one, and listen, man, I got to call him out. Bam, 2 of 13, 7 points. Woody, I know we like him. 2 of 13, 7 points. That can't happen.
I mean, it's not really that,
that
80-point game is.
I know, but I know, and everybody brought that up from 80 points to 7 points.
He's not a scorer, man. He's just not a scorer.
2 of 13. Whew, that was bad.
Thing's a mess.
41-38, 10th
and
spot.
You're still going to tell me there's no one on that team?
No. I'm with you.
Everyone's available now.
By the way, I've been reading this Giannis stuff because.
Oh boy.
Well, because
I got some stuff for the headlines about that one, but what a mess that thing is.
So the reports are coming out, and the Bucks got their attention apparently during the trade deadline, which is kind of cool to hear. It's a little late in the game, but yeah, and it was Hero, Ware, and some first round picks. And, of course, Ware has been in and out. And, not exactly a love affair between he and Spo, no matter what he says. Church him out faster than anybody else on the team. He doesn't like what he sees in his play. And apparently, he wants to play hard all the time. He doesn't do that. Big mistake. But, so anyway, it fell through. And now, but he is. And here's the part. So Giannis is claiming his agent. We asked him twice, told him we wanted to be traded. And we wanted to handle it a professional way. And I get it. Giannis has been there since he started. And he don't want to go with bad blood. And sometimes if you start, your fan base can turn on you real quickly if you start wanting out. They do. Nobody's going to tell me Jimmy Butler's still a love affair around here. He treated this thing going out the door. And I can tell you, he can give a you-know-what about the fans down here. Whatever he tells you, he doesn't care. He could care less. And so I think some guys do want to try to leave on good terms. You see guys take out the full page. Really enjoyed playing here. Thank you. Fans have been great. I appreciate it. My friendship. They go through the whole thing and for that full-page ad or half-page ad and do the whole thing. Leave it. I think Giannis wants those fans to like him. They won a championship. They ran it back. It didn't work. They ran it back again. It didn't work. And now they're awful. They're just an awful team. But they got drama. He wants to play. The team said, no, you're not ready. And he goes, I am. You just don't want me to play, so I'm healthy for this trade coming. I don't know. It's a mess. He's 31, going to be 32 now, though, Woody, but he'd be an upgrade over anything you have by a long shot, even if it's 50 games a year. Just a tough one, man.
That write-up, though, from ESPN, man, that paints quite a picture of what was going on in Milwaukee. My God,
yeah. It's bad. And even your head coach is like, I need to get back to grandkids. It's not even fair to the guys who have to listen to this every day. Can you imagine that drama? You talk about noise, bad noise in a locker room and around your team every day. Ownership and Giannis. He wants to play. He's ready, and he's on the bench. And, oh, what a mess. And they're a bad basketball team. All right, we got to get in some good stuff. 7 o'clock hours coming up here. Atlantic Men's Clinic, ED, and Low T. To all my brothers out there going through it. Nothing good about either one. Low T energy level is shot. You're not as active as you used to be. And it's not just that. You ever feel like you're in a fog or in a funk? That's part of low T, and just things you were doing, you're staying active, and now you're making excuses not to be, and I'll do it next week, and I'll do it next week. Meanwhile, you eat the same amount of food, but you're not exercising like you used to. Get your 10,000 steps every day or 8,000 steps, and now it's down to like 2,000 steps. And those are go to the bathroom every day. And you gain 20 pounds, 25 pounds. I went through it. I did that. And then ED follows that low T. God, they're first cousins you just hate. And I got to tell you, your sex drive's gone. That's a whole different problem, man. That is a disaster. Oh, what a funkin'. Wife takes you aside and asks, is there something going on? Yeah, with me, not you. I got some problems, man, this ED thing. Well, I went to Atlantic Men's Clinic. I got a great finish to the story. I really do. The PSA test, met with that professional staff, got educated on what I was going through, and they got my numbers. They put me on a program that was made for me, and I got great results quickly, and it's been 2 years, and truly, in my late 60s here, I can't tell you how great I feel. It's fantastic, and I know you will too. 7 locations in South Florida to serve you, brand new one in Hollywood. I go to Plantation either Thursday or Friday every week. I'm in there. Please, for that guy that showed up yesterday, give me a hard time. Please stay away from there. But I got to tell you, it's great. I know you're in for unbelievable results at Atlantic Men's Clinic. Call them 877-455-7300 and set up that first appointment. It's the most important one to get your butt down there. And I didn't want to go to my first one. I was like, last thing I want to do is talk about ED and low T to a bunch of people I don't know. I sure am glad, man, because they really helped me. And that's what they do, man. There's guys in there in their 40s. I go in there on Friday. There's guys in their 40s and 50s in there going through the program. 877-455-7300 or visit AtlanticMen'sClinic.com. Man, it works.
WQAM broadcasting
3. Sandy Alcantara to shutout going into the 9th. Cincinnati scored twice. They secured the win with 4 in the 10th. Game 3 of the 4-game series is tonight with the first pitch at 6:40 from Lone Depot Park. And you catch the game right here on WQAM. Rough night there, Joe, for our team.
Yeah, man. So close. So close on 2 of the games. And, of course, the third one, the old play-in Miami Heat. That's what we're going to start calling them, the play-ins. 4 straight years now of currently in the 10th spot, 41-38, and just got drilled last night. Would they lose by 26, Woody? I think it got up to like 27 there. And of course, they always cut the lead back. They do that little teaser where they go on a run and they cut a lead to 9 or 10, and then the other team goes, ha! And next thing you know, it's over. You get everybody a little bit of playing. That was ugly, man. It was ugly. One more with Toronto. Before where they play Washington again, they get a chance to go score 150 points again. Is that somebody can have like a 50 spot, and guys coming off the bench can get their 30, right? For a team that's trying really hard. But boy, they played against a Toronto team that's gets after you, man. Plays hard, defensively really good. And last night they didn't shoot threes. Well, again, 12 of 44 on threes. Shoot 36% from the field. It's just bad. They've lost, 9 of their last 12 games after. Man, they got us, got me, not Woody. Woody wasn't jumping on the bandwagon. I was like all lathered up thinking, hey, they figured out something and they got it. And whew, that was just rough. Bam, 2 for 13, 7 points. I'm sorry. I don't care. And I know Bam's never going to score. He's never going to lead the league in scoring. I understand that. Okay. I understand his game was built on defense to start with, but you can't have a night of going 2 for 13 for 7 points. You just can't. Now, listen, I praised him for the 80 something he got and second all-time most points ever scored in the NBA game. I don't care how you did it. You had to make a lot of shots, and he came out on fire and was knocking down threes like he was Steph Curry. But 2 for 13 for 7 points, man, you can't exactly look around the room and get on everybody else when you're the lead dog and it's 2 for 13 for 7 points. I know he plays hard. I know he's probably frustrated with this group he's playing with. But, man.
Texas said shows how fraudulent that 83 points was. No, it shows how fraudulent the Wizards are, not.
Right. Oh, no, if you're mad, don't be mad at Bam for that.
Yeah.
I continue.
That's on the Wizards.
Okay, they played him again. They scored 150. We put records. We do something that's a record when we play them. I mean, they are trying. They got a couple guys they traded for. Are they hurt or they're just keeping them out, want to make sure they're ready to go for next year? Got a guard and Anthony Davis pretty damn good when he's playing. He just never plays. He officially is glass, by the way. When he gets mad, guys don't want to be called glass. You know, you break.
But I see he's busy doing a pranking show or something now.
Wait.
You see that thing?
No.
They got Draymond.
Oh, no, I saw him teasing that last night. I did.
I think that's what he's busy with these days.
It's amazing he's doing that. He ought to be doing rehab somewhere, getting on a new diet that helps you stay durable. I don't know what. Hey, man, that guy, by the way, has there ever been a guy when he is healthy, even now when he's healthy, how good he can be? Like he can throw up a double-double at you, and you'll watch it, and it's just, you're going, man. And then he'll be running up or down the court, and it's a calf, it's an Achilles, it's a hamstring, it's something, and he's out forever.
There's been a lot of guys that have been teased over the years, but yeah, he
could be president of that club.
Be a top 5 player.
He, just can't stay healthy though. Everybody was talking about. Remember that? Oh, we'll see how this trade goes. And they were going, oh, Dallas might have got the better of this. You better calm down on all the things he can do. Yeah, when he's healthy, he can do a lot of things. He's never healthy. Always hurt. Boy, he made a lot of money, though. One thing about that guarantee, it protects you from being hurt all the time, too. All right. Hey, we've got a bunch of other stuff going on besides the play-in Heat that own that 10th spot. Still, by the way, it's crazy. You win your last few games and still, but you're in the play-in, whether you're going to go on the road for that first game or you're going to be at home. It's still a tough way to go and see what it's going to happen. Last night, the heartbreaker is truly Sandy Alcantara, who hadn't given up a run in his first 2 starts, had a complete game last time out. He goes through 8 innings last night, and he's perfect. Got a 2-0 lead. And our announcers, I think Tommy was on the call last night. Hey, man, hey, come on, let's go. 9th inning. Come on, Sandy, get a complete game. I get it, man. You want to see something special when you're doing those games. And we're all at home going, Sandy, go get him in the 9th, man. Get a couple of ground ball outs there, and 2-0 lead, comes in. Right away, has a few problems, gives up a hit, I think, walks a guy. So they take him out. And Anthony Bender comes in, which honestly, if Pete Fairbanks, in fairness to him, his wife's having a baby, pitched the start of the Yankees game and went home. So he's going to be out. I think he's on the 10-day, actually, with the family. And I'm going, oh, man, boy, I'd love to have that guy you're paying $13 million for the year to get in games like this. And Anthony Bender's had his moments where he's been really good. I don't want to say he hasn't. And look, it's going to happen to everybody. But you got a 2-1 game. You need 1 out, and you bounce one in front of the plate. I don't mind. The guy bloops a hit, but a wild friggin' pitch is how the game gets tied up and you lose in extra innings. So it goes 2-2 after the wild pitch. Guy scores from third. And now you lose in extra innings. So that was a tough one, man. Sandy deserved better than that. He truly did. So he goes 8 1/3, and he gives up the 2 runs because they're on his watch, even though, closer can help you out, and it just didn't happen last night. So anyway, they get a loss, but they got to win those games. That team, when he's going and you got that lead, you got to win that game. And again, Pete Fairbanks home, birth of a child, most important thing. Remember we used to do all those shows, Woody. I don't know if you were around in the old days. People would be mad if a guy goes, I can't be there. My wife's getting ready to have a baby today or tomorrow. Oh, my God, man. And then old school guys, because my dad, he reminded me they didn't let him in the room. They told him, go get lost, man. You can't be around. Now we're allowed to go in there and basically help with the birth. You could
I wish they didn't allow you in.
Hey, by the way,
I had a rough view for mine.
Oh, man, I damn near passed out.
Yeah.
They're going, do you want to take that shot down as the baby's coming out? I go, hell no, I don't want to take that picture. And a lot of guys do. A lot of guys get like, oh, my God, honey, keep pushing. This is great.
They made me stand right in front for some reason.
Not me. I went to the side. I went where I could, give her, go get him. You're doing great. Hang in there. If you have to curse at me, go ahead. I understand. They told me this is really a painful thing to go through, but I didn't want to go down and see that.
Yeah, they said it's supposed to be like a beautiful thing to see, right?
I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get that.
I didn't care for it either.
And
That's pretty.
But some guys, I know, by the way, I know extremes both ways. I know a guy that got lightheaded and almost passed out. And,
really?
And then I know guys that are troopers, man, want to get, oh, you're doing great, honey. Oh, finish this off, babe. Oh, we got a good shot of this. Roll them.
Yeah.
Right.
I was somewhere in the middle. I was just like, I was caught off guard. Both of my kids are like, you just stand in front.
Woody.
I'm like, okay.
My wife asked me on Taylor, my third child. She goes, hey, man, I feel like the baby's coming early. It was a preseason game. I go, no, you're fine. It's in Tampa. Jimmy Johnson was the head coach. I said, we're going to Tampa, night game. You'll be fine for one day. You'll be fine. So sure enough, my camera guy comes running up at halftime. He goes, hey, man, because I was going live for NBC after the game. He goes, hey, man, your wife's water broke. I just got the worst luck, man. I go, what? She wouldn't do for 2 weeks. He goes, I'm just telling you, I got a call. They didn't know how to get a hold of you. So then the guys are trying to get me a flight. And now I guess you can't get flights out of Tampa after a certain time at night.
Mm-hmm.
So it was past that time. They're going, there's no way to get you a flight. And so I got home at like 3 or 4 in the morning from this game. Oh, man. I was still there in time.
Yeah.
I got there in time, but
That's good.
I told you not to go. I knew this was going to happen. Oh, man, Woody. Anyway, we've got all kinds of stuff. Hey, so first day of voluntary offseason workouts, a big story yesterday. Devon Achane didn't show up, and I guess that's to be expected, to be fair to him. Again, he wants a new contract, and, hey, there's 4 or 5 of those guys that should want new contracts. The running back, the league has not been very nice to running backs, to really good running backs, as far as paying them. They just haven't through the years, and I don't blame him. He's 24 years old. He was a third-round pick. I think he's due to, I think it was like $6 million. And he's our top receiver last year. He had almost 2,000 yards, 1,800 something yards of total. You know, that's big-time numbers, 12 touchdowns. He was the offense. He was a big part. Hell, he threw it to 2 on a swing pass and run 30 yards. And so I get he wants his money. He should get it. He should get it. If you really want him, you give him that money. And you know, man, what the prices are now. And even last year, what they got in Buffalo, what they had to pay their guy, he's gonna want more than that, and you're gonna have to pay it. And the crazy part of it, Woody, that position is so much cheaper than pass rusher, top offensive tackles, number 1 receiver, still making a lot more than the top running backs are going to make. So you got 24-year-old guy. As long, I'll say it again, as long as he's not asking to be traded and he just wants a new contract, and there's a difference. You know, no, I'm cool being here, but I want to get paid. Okay, I get it. Now, if you're saying, I don't want to be here, I want to go somewhere else and get paid, that's different. So hopefully it's the first one. Hopefully everything's good with Devon Achane, who, by the way, has never been a troublemaker, is quiet, good guy, looks like a good teammate. I don't know if he wants to be the leader of men. Not every guy does, but damn, he's good. And he also runs really fast, as in faster than just about any running back I've ever seen. With those 100 meters coming out of Texas A&M, the guy can fly. So
I just don't know what you're going to do offensively if you let that guy go.
Oh, no, I'm with you.
Unless you're going to load up in the draft. But.
Well, I got to tell you, and it's another hole. You got a bunch of them to fill, and anything that's backing up him right now is not Devon Achane.
Yeah, but I mean, he's running back, receiver, like he does everything.
He does.
For
He's
you,
leading receiver. He's 67 receptions. Yeah, and he can score. He scored from anywhere. He breaks
doing that
tackles.
new quarterback a massive disservice if you don't at least have one talented guy out there.
Oh no, he'll feel like he got a brand new insurance policy having that guy standing behind him or next to him or going in motion or trying to get him isolated one-on-one on a linebacker on an out and up. You like that. And so hopefully that's all it was. But yeah, it's going to be a big story. And Devon Achane is the only guy that doesn't show up to voluntary offseason workouts. And we can call him voluntary, but a first-time head coach and GM sure do want to see you there like it's mandatory for that first workout. And I get it. Want to get to know your guys, kind of get everybody used to get a chance to talk to everybody. Everything's a little loose right now because you're not putting pads on, but at the same time, you want to get your good work in and start to learn what's expected of you. And for a couple new guys, man, it's he's a different guy, man. Jeff Hafley and Mike have nothing in common in their styles and what they want to get done. Anyway, we got to go to break here. We've got a lot of stuff to get to this morning, and we got a lot of draft stuff coming up here for you this morning as well that we're going to jump on. But first, I do want to talk about Dr. Barry, who's coming in later in the show, man. I'm all pumped up to hear from Dr. Barry. I'm talking about Recovery Unplugged, Dr. Barry. Boy, I'll tell you what, and it's just a chance if you're going through it, some type of addiction right now, something sets you off, man, that you're in a funk. I get it. And all of a sudden you're drinking too much, drugs come into play, and hey, whether it's a bad marriage and, or you're just in bad shape for a lot of different reasons, and you need a comeback and you need some help. Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health is here to help you with a beautiful mental health residential program right here in Fort Lauderdale. They've helped over 20,000 people nationwide with expert care, music-based healing, innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. Make this the year you put yourself first. You know if you're going through it right now. If you're up early this morning and all jacked up on something, hey, why not try to get back to the way it used to be? Call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. New year, new you. Recovery Unplugged. Heal out loud.
WQAM broadcasting. us at Doral Kia or at DoralKia.com.
All right, welcome back. Happy, what are we today? Wednesday morning already. My gosh, tomorrow we're going to University of Miami. Spend the day with the runner-up national champions. That sound all right. That sound okay? Runner-up.
That was one hell of a game.
Great game. Boy, that was that sporting event. That night was, especially at home like that, was special right down to the last drive. Being able to come back and we're at that spring game. Can we be honest? You were talking. We're sitting there. Jamie's there listening, and we talked about the one play, the block punt, the killer.
Well, yeah, I mean, those are the things like we talk about in the pregame show. Like, we don't want to talk about special teams when we get to the postgame show. And it's like,
not at that time in the game where your defense is dominating. You get another stop. You get backed up.
But it's funny though, because then you start getting into like that sideways rugby punt thing that they're doing now, and
I told you how I feel.
Yeah, you're not a fan of it. I know.
I am not big, and maybe some of you, and I get Marlo's got, he likes it, and just catch the ball and punt it straight ahead. I hate rolling out because that guy on the outside misses on that block. And that guy comes in clean and runs right into your leg.
Yeah, but most of the time it works, though. And you guys get a lot more time to get down there and cover. They're also a little, they also bounce, right? They're line drives and they bounce. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm kind of more with you on this one, but
I'm just saying it was a play.
It was a disappointing play.
Because your offense couldn't do anything. Well, offense could have got a first
I mean, how many
down,
punts did they have blocked all season?
I don't know.
Is that the first one?
I don't know.
The only one I can remember.
Usually happens during the year, but I don't know. But I'll always remember that one.
Yes, that was
because
I mean, look, man, at the end of the day, though, you had your shot at the end.
You did.
Which I didn't think they were going to. The way that game was going, it didn't feel like they were going to have a shot at the end to go down and win.
You played your ass off. You felt like they're going to make adjustments. They didn't do very much offensively in the first half, and they came out and they got it going. And, of course, you get the big, long run for a touchdown and a lot of good things, man. Started going. Your top receiver breaks a screen and takes it to the house, and you're going, holy smokes, they're going to have a chance to win this.
That whole playoff run was memorable, right? I mean, all those games were really –
I will tell you, I've never seen more guys. It's been a long time because I don't want to take away from the old teams. They used to do this all the time. But a bunch of guys that played in the new playoff system that played so well, and I think helped their stock for this upcoming draft. Now, it's fun. Do you have that Jason Taylor thing?
Yes.
If you could find that for me. I'm gonna talk about the draft coming up here. So our guys obviously played like a lot of guys had to play an extra month and change of football. And every game, you're banged up. Now you're playing the NFL schedule. So some of our guys did not do great in the pro day, and some of the guys didn't do anything at the combine. And so this is what Jason had to say about the whole thing when he was asked, especially about the two defensive ends.
I see it every day. He didn't put on for a pro day. He didn't train for a pro day. He played in the national championship, took some time off, got his body where it needed to be to go out and do what he does every day. A lot of guys train for pro days. That's why I think Bain and Mez are going to be really good in the NFL. They didn't train for a pro day. They don't train for the pageant. I hate to be a jerk, but pro days and the combine are pageants. It ain't football. You give me 2 months to train for a pageant. I'm 51 years old. I can go look good in that. Excuse my French. But put the film on and drop the mic like they did. Sorry, I take it a little personal. I apologize for the cuss word. You guys can cut that out.
So he told Mesidor and Bain, and I don't know how it's going to end. I'm curious. Like, I think those are two of the big stories come up in this draft, too. Happen to be the two defense or pass rushers, defensive ends. Obviously, really good football players. You saw it for a month straight against the best teams in football, and they friggin' dominated. They dominated a lot. Ruben and Mesidor were fantastic. So his point was, he told them, you guys are banged up. You're way behind these other guys if you're getting ready for a track meet and jumping and doing all this stuff. Just get your body right. You just played an NFL schedule, and I wouldn't worry about the other stuff. So now you're going to find out. So they're holding the Mesidor. I'm talking about Mesidor. He's 24 years old. That's. By the way, a lot of guys are 24 years old now coming to the NFL. No longer just the BYU Mormons are 24 after their mission coming into the league.
Well, that whole Indiana team might be in their mid-20s. I'm with Jason on this. Are you too? Like, I can't stand these pro days. Like, I know you like to watch them on TV and the combine, and that stuff does absolutely nothing for me. When you got most of these guys have at minimum 20 games on tape over the few years. Like, just go back and watch. Like, use the eye test. I don't care what a guy runs when he's, in an empty building. Like,
I would just say
we've had a lot of guys that run bad times, right? In these things that end up being really good pros.
We had a guy run a bad time and it hurt him. We had a guy that was really good, one of the best wide receivers to ever play at the U, production-wise, that made a terrible decision to run a 40-yard dash when he claims he was hurt, which I don't know why he did it, but he ran a really, really slow time, and he didn't get drafted. And he's now hanging out in Tennessee with Cam.
Yeah, Restrepo.
Fast guys like to run.
I know, but
No. I'm just telling. Listen to me. Fast guys like to run all the time. When you're fast and you know you're fast, those guys love to run. The Achanes of the world love to run. The guy's a track guy. He's been running at a high speed. Those Ohio State guys that ran all those crazy times, they wanted to run. They want to run. But I do agree, like most of the eye candy test has to be off how you play against really good offensive lines like Texas A&M. How'd you play against Ohio State? Oh, by the way, how'd you play against Ole Miss? And oh gosh, man, Indiana, they've been good against everybody. And those guys played like first-round picks. So now I'm curious to see, because I guess they didn't run fast or they didn't run. I don't even know. I didn't hear anything about it. So I'm curious to see what the NFL has to say, because they're going to go, God, they're so good, and they do so many good things against these good players. All these guys they're playing against are going to get drafted that they're playing against, but, man, and their character is off the chain, and Jason Taylor's saying, just saying all these great things about them, and I know how tough they are down there at the U, but they just – I don't know. We have certain things physically we want to see, and I don't know, can they run? And I'm with you, Woody. I don't know for a defensive end whether you run a 4.5 or you run a 4.9. As long as you're quick off the ball, I don't know what the big deal is. But I'm curious to see, because it doesn't matter what I think or you think. I want to find out with all those things, because everybody's looking for those two dudes. Those pass rushers all of a sudden are there's a shortage of them. We talk about shortage of different positions. There's a shortage of pass rushers.
Yeah. I don't know, man. These pro days are just, I don't know who they even benefit at this point, because if you got all that stuff on tape,
so the joke,
what are you doing?
The pro day joke for me is throwing against air.
Yeah.
with your wide receivers.
Well, they're like, oh, Carson Beck looked great. I was like, well,
I told you that Mendoza, they're going to rave about him when that was done. I said it a week before. I said I got the date when he was going to, an NFL Network was promoting hard and said, hey, can you guys promote this for us? I go, yeah, we're going to. I'm watching. Of course I will. And so I knew he was going to throw well, and he's going to be himself and show a lot of leadership and complete control of his pass day.
You ever seen a quarterback just bomb one of those things? Like, just missing guys all over the place?
The only guy somebody reminded me of the other day was Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy had a bad one, and then he did a private day, and so then he was, then everything was fine. But
someone out here said University of Florida quarterback, one of the most dominant combines. I'm guessing he's talking about Richardson.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
whatever, man. I mean, those things are,
He was a quarterback athletic freak. And that's why he went 4th or 5th overall to the Colts. Now, it hasn't worked out. I guess, is he going to be the backup now with the Colts?
I don't know.
Remember they told him he could go out and he and his agent could find a trade. He didn't bring anything back to.
Been pretty
He
quiet.
didn't bring anything back. Like, hey, we got something. Can I go? So maybe that didn't work out so well. Anyway,
Jason's on to something though, man. That stuff is all.
I was glad he
I
said
don't
it.
know.
By the way, Jason Taylor, he's got to hear he's too small, he's too skinny.
Yeah,
He went that Senior Bowl. He had to hear all that stuff. So yeah, I know how he feels
how'd
about
that work out?
Yeah, pretty good.
Mm.
And never wanted to say what he weighed, which apparently was in the 30s, 230s. And I've never seen a guy take more offensive tackles and shove them, bull rush them right into quarterbacks.
You could play or you can't, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's enough stuff on tape for all these guys.
Woody, it's not going away, man. They started this thing called the Combine, and they do a lot of different work. They do interviews. They do all that stuff. They want to see him. And, oh, by the way, we'll be at your pro day in the next couple of weeks. I don't think either one of those things are going away. And by the way, I don't disagree. I'm not the biggest fan of all these things, but I don't think they're going away, man.
You watch them, though.
I do.
You do watch them.
I love watching 40s. A guy that can run. We had a record amount of guys that ran under 4.39. It's the most ever. I think there was 20-something guys. 3 guys ran under 4.3. I mean, the next gear is taking off at the Miami International Airport. These guys they're flying, bro. So anyway, we've got a lot of stuff going on here that we'll jump on this morning. But first, before we do that, Woody, and get all jacked up about what's going to happen on this NFL draft, I want to tell you about Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. My man, oh man, he is busy getting you low rates and getting you second mortgages and making sure. Well, I just want to talk to everybody going through this right now. Credit card debt consolidation. How about behind on property taxes, HOA dues, insurance, all these things? You thought you were going to have a nice life in that condo, and all of a sudden you're upside down going, I don't know how many more months I can live here before they just take it away from me. Well, how about a reverse mortgage? If you are 62 or older and you have a lot of equity in that home, why not use it? Why not use it? Let Michael Kotze get you all that money. As we get older, we live in that house for a long time. We build up a lot of equity on that home. And by the way, that's not all. First-time home buyer programs with little money down. Michael Kotze's got a great program for you at Choice Mortgage. 30 years of experience, just doing it all for you. If you need debt consolidation right now, you need cash quickly, Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage can get the process started and get you rolling. Michael Kotze, the man has no life. He works 7 days a week. Call or text him, 561-441-2730. That's 561-441-2730. 30 years in the business, MLS 166254. Rates and terms subject to change, daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender.
free play. Join the fun at the casino at Dane.
Brought to you by Baptist Health.
And now, it's time for Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody, what do you got for us today?
Well, first, let me give you a weather report. It's brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Storm season is coming. Make sure your home is ready. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com. It is 70 degrees. It says 23% chance of rain, but there's a big blob of green and red and yellow, and
It was
it's a mall day. Do you want to tell me where you're
no,
going to
I'm not mall walking again. I'm taking time out.
be after you were
I don't think, Woody, and again, I don't want to beat this up, but when you're affected by something burning more, you talk about it.
Mhm.
A harmless walk, you're going to walk with her. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, very seldom get to do this. Go for a little walk at Sawgrass. Yeah, I'll meet you over there. I'm not doing, okay, great. We're going to go and then have a little lunch, a little salad.
Yeah, really
talk,
nice.
Get caught up on everything. Throw a couple I love yous in there, show a little different side of myself and all that stuff. And the friggin' next thing, I get ambushed by this complete jerky that walked with me, and I couldn't dump him. Then I asked him if nicely, although some people might question if it was nice. Hey, man, if you don't mind, I'm kind of walking over my life here. Can you leave us alone? I mean, you got to sometimes just tell people point blank, like, hey, not now. And he lost his chips, man. He started taking some shots, and that just ruined it from my wife.
Yeah, you lost your chips too. You just
said, walk me to the car if you don't mind.
No lunch?
No lunch. Wow. You know what that called for? One of those pretzels.
At the food court? A solo food court?
A solo pretzel,
man.
bro. I got so upset. I go, I'm going to go put a little extra mustard on that pretzel. That big fat pretzel that you can get at the
mustard?
Anyway,
Really?
what do you got, Woody? I'm sorry. I'm taking up your time there.
All right, Joe. We've not gotten to this yet, and I'm very curious your take here. This Mike Vrabel situation with Diana Rossini. They were photographed together at a hotel, getting very friendly. Both of them are married, as we have found out here. Your thoughts? You saw the photos. They seem to be very friendly. They both came out and said this is all BS. Like we were just, friends.
I have learned through the years, and I'm a little flirty myself, that sometimes pictures are a little misleading.
That's exactly what her quote was. She said these photos are misleading and lack essential context.
I had somebody's hand one day at a DCC event, and the picture got out. And, of course, my daughter sent it to my wife.
Oh, wow.
Daughters aren't to be trusted when it comes to the mother. They can tell them everything. And so she goes, what is this about? And I go,
what was it about?
I just grabbed her hand at like whatever it was. But it looks like I'm holding hands with this woman. And I'm going, you think I'd go to an event with 8,000 people and hold hands with somebody that's not my wife? You know, my daughter works there. Really?
That's what I thought about these photos.
Yes.
Why would they be so dumb? Like, if you're going to have an affair, don't do it in a hotel.
But sometimes, like, hey, man, I give Julie hugs and Tamara G a hug. And
yeah, but those
Dina
pictures,
B,
like, they
Dina
were
B
holding hands.
Let me tell you, that girl, Dina B, she needs a hug from time to time.
I know. And I know you're a hugger, but, like, they were holding hands. The fingers were, like, interlocked. You know, it was like that kind of hand holding.
Don't tell me about it. Explain it to your wife.
Needless to say, that is a developing story.
He's in a tough one.
Yeah, I'd say.
Can't go anywhere, man, with the phone.
Well, yeah, you can't have an affair at a hotel. Not a great idea.
I don't know if that's fair to say.
Well, at least if you're going to do it, stay in the room. I think they were posing for those pictures.
That's a good look ever in your room coming out. Try to explain that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's better than, standing around the public areas or everyone taking pictures of you.
Yeah. Anyway,
it just seems like a lot of rookie mistakes if that indeed was an affair.
Enough.
All right. Back to this story here. We were all my buddies are debating that story yesterday, whether they're actually having an affair or not. Because both of them came out right away.
Hey,
and they
man,
were
I
like,
try to-
no,
I
the
try to
pictures are
give-
misleading.
try to
We're
give-
friends.
Try to give guys the benefit of the doubt. And I know some guys are dogs. I understand.
All right, let's go back to sports.
Somehow it always goes back, to like, when I hear these conversations, women are having this debate, I just probably better to stay away from it.
So this thing with the Bucks is great. ESPN put out that huge story, and now everything's just starting to leak, right? About how dysfunctional and how much of a mess everything was over there.
Yeah, Milwaukee Bucks are a mess.
This was one of the snippets that I liked from that whole thing.
Then comes March 2. It was a game of a back-to-back against the Boston Celtics. Doc Rivers called for a team meeting that day. And the day of the game, this team meeting, my understanding is in that meeting, Doc Rivers implored his team, according to 6 people in the room, to look at my resume and, quote, Google me. I took teams to the playoffs and championship that weren't supposed to be there. I thought this was one of them. That was not well received internally. And that was just another example of the disconnect between player and coach.
You don't say. That wasn't received well.
I
Rivers.
got to be real honest. I don't know how Doc keeps getting jobs.
I know.
Why is it when somebody fires, somebody always hires Doc Rivers?
He's the ultimate
Who's the
bum.
nicest guy, has you.
Yeah, I'm sure he's lovely, but he is just, you talk about bums. It's Bum Wednesday.
All right, you could.
Can we please, Doc Rivers?
Does he get a break for being a nice guy? That's not.
Google me,
not
bro.
Google me.
You hit
what I've
Giannis
done.
with a Google me. Giannis like Google my ass out of town.
Yeah, right. You go Google the ownership to please get me traded.
Google me.
Down here, we'll take them.
Do you guys know who I am? Oh, that's essentially that's.
Nothing more of a turnoff than that one. Do you know who I am?
I don't know what's worse, Google me or I'm sorry, I was just on the phone with the president.
All right.
You're trying to get out of your
now you're
DUI, Tiger.
Now you're on a roll.
All right.
Been-
Anyway,
It'd been funny if Trump would have asked for those police officers to come jump on that phone.
yeah,
We'd had some stuff to talk about then.
couldn't get that pardon quick enough there. All right, Joe. We're going back to Palm Beach for another crime here. We had a woman who was finally arrested here. We had a series of package thefts. A serial package thief here that is finally arrested. These are, I guess, this is a situation that is ongoing here. They call them porch pirates.
I've never heard that. Porch pirates.
Yeah. They go to your porch and steal. That's what.
No, I get it. I
Yeah.
get it because we get stuff every day.
I have this
Stuff's
doorbell
coming in
now.
every day.
I have this really cool doorbell now, and I'm learning about all this stuff you could put in your house now that we moved out of a little condo into the house.
Yeah.
And there's like this doorbell, Ring doorbell that we got. I think Shaq owns this company, by the way. And
Everything else. Why
yeah.
not?
and you can see people and you can talk to them, and it alerts you when they come to your door.
Yeah.
Not that you can do anything to stop them if they're going to take your package.
Hey, do you mind not taking that? That's a big package, and there's my daughter's birthday coming up. I'll leave you some money when I get home. Can you just get away, please? Well, I don't want to arrest you. Matter of fact, I want to help you if you just leave it. It was really hard to find. It was the last one. Yeah, I don't know. That's
Terrible.
terrible.
And speaking of terrible, southbound I-95 closures are scheduled coming up here for concrete pavement work. This will be the Golden Glades interchange, so this is going to be a complete
please
disaster.
leave Golden Glades alone. Oh, my God. It's been a crap show for like 50 years.
We got someone got really upset the last time I said that they were struggling out there or whatever. They go, those guys work really hard. I'm sure they do, but that thing, when is completion for that?
I don't know. Once you take a shot at all of them, though, that every time you drive by, you see they're sitting there having a coffee or sitting there having a break.
I'm
You'll
not
get them
saying
real
they're
pissed
not
off when
working.
those guys get up early going, I won't listen to that show anymore.
Yeah.
That jackass.
But, man, what are we talking, 2075? Like, are my grandchildren going to be able to get to work easily on the Golden Glades? Like, anyway, southbound.
It's
Golden
okay
Glades.
at 4 in the morning. I'll just tell you so far, 4 a.m. has
Well,
been
yeah,
good.
most roads are, but anyway, Joe, it's going to be on the weekends. So please, if you are heading out on April 10th weekend, April 17th weekend, the next couple of weekends here.
Yeah.
They are going to be performing concrete pavement work at the southbound Golden Glade, so you may want to check where you're heading.
That's fair, Woody.
Throw it into the old GPS before you jump in the car.
Yeah, I like that.
You got that Hey Google thing when you like Doc Rivers? I get my car, Hey Google.
I don't check ahead of time. You should.
Hey Google, tell me about Doc Rivers' resume.
All right.
What did he win? He won with the Celtics 50 years ago.
He got one.
Yeah, sure did.
He got
He's been clinging to that thing for 2 decades.
And by the way, some of his guys still bring it up all the time.
Someone will hire him again, I'm sure.
I don't
once this
think
thing
so.
doesn't work.
He's done. When he said he needs to start spending more time with those grandkids, he's got 8 of them or 6 of them, and they're all, what do you say, under the age of 8. I think it's a good idea, Doc. You made a lot of money, my man. Go spend some time with those grandkids, man. They love to see you. And by the way, make sure you keep a separate place because they love to see you, and you can always let them go and give them right back to their parents, which is also very, very nice.
A lot of people, by the way, weighed in on this mall walking situation.
It was a disaster. It was a disaster yesterday.
I think you got to find a new mall.
It was self-inflicted because dumbass here, like it was raining. I go, I'm going to mall walk. I didn't know if the wife was going to go, but I said, I'm going to mall walk after work. I go over there. I'll meet you. I was going to do something, but I'll just do it later. I go, okay, let's mall walk and we'll grab a bite to eat and, and put a couple miles in at Sawgrass Mall. Nice big mall. Oh, what a disaster.
Why don't you try Pembroke Lakes Mall today?
Guy ambushed.
Very quiet over there.
The guy literally ambushed. What a jerky. Well, he went full jerky.
That's wild. This guy said my radio stopped when you said, hey, Google. That's interesting. Did we just, anyone that has like a Google car, does that happen? Like if you say, hey, Google, does it?
We'll do it.
Hey, Google, tell me Doc Rivers' resume.
Oh, somebody's getting Doc Rivers
right
now.
They're like,
one of those fancy cars.
Doc Rivers won a championship 30 years ago. And has been clinging to it ever since.
He's been a bum for 20 years. And he keeps getting another job. Hey, we can't find a coach. Which one we going to have fill in for this guy? Oh, Dr. Dome.
Hey, Google. Hey, Google, why is Mike Vrabel with that ESPN reporter?
Bro, you got to let that go. You're basically accusing that man.
I'm not accusing. I'm on the side of I believe them.
Oh, there they are.
I don't think anyone can be that stupid. No one's that stupid.
All right. Now, I'm looking at this picture. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. That's a harmless hug.
And you would know.
Yeah, Dr. Berry, is that harmless?
I think, by the way, I think they're screwing with people's cars here.
Dr. Berry's got good. Yeah, Dr. Berry can tell me on that one. I think. I don't know.
It's just too public. It's right.
Oh, now they're cool too. Oh, I don't know about cool. Now they're getting caught up, and I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't know.
Someone said the construction's been going on since they've been alive. They were born in 1969. This guy says.
By the way,
was that going on when you moved down to South Florida?
That thing at Golden Glades has been a shit show for I said it.
Yeah.
It's been a bad situation for a long time.
You can't say the Google thing anymore because it is apparently screwing up people's phones and cars right now.
We're better off to have to listen to
Doc Rivers. No.
All right, stop. Sorry, stop. Let's talk about Chill Zone. President Melissa De Verona of Chill Zone Air Conditioning wants to let you know. Hey, let's be honest before we get in the whole air conditioning thing. How many times have you switched and had a bad experience with an air conditioning company? A lot. And it happens to all of them. Like somebody will come up to you and go, I'm not using that air conditioning company. And I'm thinking they're talking about the one I was with. And there was another one. I go, oh, my gosh, what happened? Oh, they're not on time. Told me that I need a new air conditioning unit. That wasn't the case. And they could have fixed the one. I was like, hey. And, it's just the guy came out. He had no idea what he was doing. You will not have that with Chill Zone Air Conditioning. I promise you that. Stay chill with Chill Zone Air Conditioning. Melissa, president of the company for more than 20 years. Her father got her into business, and, man, she takes all the calls. She sends out all the crews every day all over South Florida. And the thing she said a couple things. First of all the men and women on those trucks that go out every day, they've been with her for a long time. a lot of experience, know how to take care of all your problems with your air conditioning. Need some repairs, need a new one, duct cleaning, or anything else, call 786-378-2778. Tell them you heard it right here on 104.3 WQAM. It's chillzoneac.com if you want to learn more about Melissa and the company. But I think it's pretty cool that the president's actually going to take all the calls every day, give you when they'll be out, what they can do. They'll check on it. It's great stuff across the board. If you're ready to make a change, Chill Zone Air Conditioning can be perfect for you.
Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Hyundai. You always pay less at your pricito at Doral Hyundai. Visit us at Doral Hyundai, DoralHyundai.com. Starting with the Heat, who follow the Raptors 121-95. Miami will stay in Toronto for a rematch tomorrow night. Over to the Panthers, who lost to Montreal 4-3 in overtime. The Cats will now head over to Ottawa tomorrow night. And in baseball, the Marlins fell to the Reds 6-3. Sandy Alcantara had a shutout going into the ninth. Cincinnati scored twice. They scored the game-winning runs in the 10th with 4. Game 3 of the 4-game series is tonight with the first pitch at 6:40 from Lone Depot Park. Game can be heard right here on WQAM. And the Hurricanes beat FIU 9-7. Next up, the Canes will host Wake Forest for a 3-game series on Friday. The Joe Rose Show continues now.
Show up on time and you can give everything you have every single day. I mean, that's kind of how I view everything. I mean, it's process-driven to the point where there really is no end game result right now. It's show up, do everything you can every single day, and do the best you can at it, whether that's in the weight room, whether that's in a meeting room. That's got to be in everything that you do. I just want everyone's best and maximum effort and a great attitude. Like, control what you can control. You can control your attitude and your effort. So come in every day with a great attitude, come in every day with a great effort, give us everything that you have, and we'll do our best to help you out. It's like the first day of school. I mean, there's a level of excitement. I mean, we have a lot of new players. We have a lot of new coaches. I think some players are probably anxious. Some are probably nervous. I'm sure some are excited and looking forward to it. Guys getting to know each other, that's going to take time as we learn to connect and get to really know one another. But the coaches were excited. I mean, I've been looking forward to this since I took the job. I mean, do I love coming to work every day? Sure. But when the players are here, then I really love coming to work every day. It's why we do what we do. There's so much more energy in the building as soon as they step in, go to the cafeteria and eat right now, and just the buildings come alive. And that's why we do what we do.
Dolphins head coach Jeff Hafley, after day one of workouts, it's time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com, Joe.
Damn, I like listening to Jeff Hafley. Oh, my gosh, just a breath of fresh air to hear this guy. First day of voluntary off-season workouts. Devon Achane didn't show up. He wants a new contract. But Perk was out there. Chris Perkins, Sun Sentinel Dolphins columnist, joins us this morning. Perk, how you doing there, brother?
Joe, man, I'm chilling. I agree with you. I love listening to Hafley. Like, we'll see how things turn out, but the things that he says seem to be rooted in reality. It seems like they're planning a solid foundation for this team when he talks about accountability and toughness in the trenches and defense and run game. I'm looking forward to what this looks like, Joe.
Hey, so I got a big question here for you. If Devon Achane didn't show up because it's just about the contract, I got no problem. That man needs to be paid. He is 24 years old, and what he's done in 3 years, including last year with over 1,800 total yards, and you know all those numbers. But if this has to do with privately, I'd like to be traded, then it's a different situation. What are your thoughts on what's behind it? Is it I just want a new contract and I want to stay with the Miami Dolphins, or do I want out?
I think this is the new contract thing. I don't think Achane wants to be out of here because he's got to look at the team that really values and appreciates him, and that's the team that drafted him, although the guys that drafted him aren't there, and the team that really, really needs him, and that's also the team that drafted him, these Dolphins. He's a foundational piece.
Yeah.
They really can't let him go, and I think he's got to understand that as a 191-pound running back, your days are numbered in the NFL, and I think the Dolphins are the team that is most willing to work with him financially to give him the biggest role in the offense. Joe, if you look at the teams that are close, to doing something, like I don't know that Kansas City would trade for him. You look at some of the other teams. I just don't know that they would trade for Achane. So if he would be looking to go to a contender, he's probably out of luck there. He might end up, I don't know, with the Jets or something like that. So he needs to stay put. He's valued and he's needed here.
Yeah. And by the way, we're not going to get fair value for a guy this good. I mean, the things that he can do as a number one receiver and 5.7 average and all the other things. Hey, Perk, let's talk about the team and the holes. I know the draft's still a little more than 2 weeks away, but I do want to ask you, where do you go? I think 11, we stay at 11. What would you like to see, everything being equal, with that 11th pick? What position?
I would like to see a cornerback taken, but I could see, I could see them going a lot of different ways. Look, if Francis Maui-Noah is there, the right tackle from Miami, I would take him. Put him at guard as a rookie, like they did with Laramie Tunsil, and then kick him out to tackle in his second year. They did that with Patrick Paul, except he stayed at tackle behind Teron Armstead. So I could see that. I could see Mansour Delane, the cornerback from LSU, because you're so short at cornerback. So you need 3 cornerbacks, really, Joe. You need both of the outside guys and an inside/slot cornerback. So I could definitely see them going with a cornerback in the first, with that number 11 pick also. I don't think that there's going to be I can see them going with wide receiver also. I don't think there's going to be an edge rusher there at number 11 available for the Dolphins. But yeah, wide receiver, cornerback, or offensive tackle. I could see them doing that. Spencer Fano of Utah, that would probably be a little early for him, but I could see them going with one of those 3 at this point.
How do you feel about this quarterback thing? Can we get everybody off this Ty Simpson thing, or is it just me? Like, I don't want Ty Simpson. I know we brought him in. There are a lot of different reasons we could get into why they brought him in and stuff, but I know everybody's on this competition for quarterback thing, and I get it. I get it. But we just spent $23 million a year in guaranteed money for the next 2 years with a guy we have. He's going to be the starting quarterback. So let's work on the rest of the team, giving this guy a chance to have success, and stop talking about all these people that read you every day that want Ty Simpson to come in if he's around at 30.
Yeah, no, Malik Willis is your starting quarterback. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I don't care what they're talking about with competition. That's not competition for the starting quarterback job. Malik Willis is going to be your starter. I wouldn't bring Ty Simpson in, Joe, because I don't see a future starter in Ty Simpson. I see a guy who's he'll be all right. I mean, he's not going to be anything special. And so that wouldn't be the guy that I would want to spend a draft pick on in the first round at either 11 or 30 when I have so many other needs on my team. Now, if this was the old Green Bay Packers and you're a playoff team and you have Aaron Rodgers and there's another quarterback there that you want to take, okay. There's a lot of other teams that are in that situation. You know, if Kansas City wanted to do that, they could take a quarterback in the first round, but I just, the Dolphins have too many holes, and I'm unimpressed by Ty Simpson as a starting quarterback in the NFL. I just don't think he's going to be a quality guy.
We still have trade rumors out there. I think this core, I'm probably stupid when it comes to this, but I want to keep this core of guys. I want to keep Jordan Brooks. I want to keep Zach Sealer. You got to have some of these guys around, some of them. I don't care what they're making. Tell me we're going to keep the rest of these guys and not try to trade anybody off and go, wow, we got such a great offer, we had to take it.
I think there's 4 core guys, Devon Achane, Patrick Paul, Jordan Brooks, Aaron Brewer. Zach Sealer is going to go to camp with the Dolphins, Joe, but he's going to be 31 on September 7th, right around the opener. I don't see a 31-year-old fitting in with this rebuild. I wrote about Zach Sealer today. I think he's just kind of in a precarious position as far as this rebuild. He doesn't really fit as a 30, 31, 32, 33-year-old with what they're doing. They're trying to get younger. So he could be a guy who, if he's playing well, he could be gone at the trade deadline. But aside from that, I agree with you. I would like to keep this core together. I like what they have and the guys that they have. They're talented. Brew and Brooks are both 28 years old. They're not ideal for the rebuild, but they'll be good. They'll be good for the next 3, 4, 5 years. So they fit in. But I'm with you. I'm not trading Jordan Brooks. I know the Dallas rumors are out there. I'm sticking with the guys that I've mentioned because they're good players and they're good locker room guys also. Don't undersell that point, Joe.
I just got to say this. I totally disagree with you about Zach Sealer. Zach Sealer, and I thought we all got a little carried away as well. Zach's not having a very good year. The guy played with all rookies around him. He thought he was back in college with that group. Guys taking the wrong step, guys doing because they were getting manhandled, kind of freelancing. He was in no-win situation, and that guy is so good with those young guys. And you see him over there, Perk. He comes to our side of the field, and he's got them all during the break, and he's talking about how to use your hands and getting leverage, and I see all these things, and I just think he's so valuable. I don't care what he makes. He's such a good dude, and his ride to the NFL, I just think, man, he's easy. He's easy on coaches. The guy will go through walls for you. He stands for all the right things, and he's still a damn good player. In the second half of the year, he's one of your best players. You got to keep him.
Joe, I agree with all of that. I love Zach Sealer, a three-time team captain, the 2024 team MVP. I voted for him for MVP, but I think his value might be better as a trade piece to the rebuild because, look, I have no faith in these defensive tackles, Joe. Kenneth Grant and Jordan Phillips and Zeke Biggers. I think Jordan Phillips is the best of the three. I don't see any of those three becoming a game changer in the next 2 years. I would draft a defensive tackle this year, not in the first round, but I would definitely draft one. I think Sealer's going to be on an island again this year as far as D tackles. I don't think he's going to get much help there, Joe.
But you're creating another hole by doing this. Like, we got to give those guys going into year two. The biggest improvement is usually year 1 to year 2. They got their feet wet. They learn. I think they come back better. You may be right. I don't know how good they're going to be. But I just think, Zach, you're still trying to win games. I still hear him saying we still want to win games. You need Zach Sealer next to all those kids. I call them
you need them in 2026, Joe. Beyond, I'm not sure.
Okay.
With these
now you're coming around. You're coming around now. I got him for you.
No, that's what I said. That he's gonna report to camp with the team, but trade deadline and next season beyond this year, I'm just not sure. When Zach is 32 years old and you're getting younger, I'm not sure. And as far as those other DTs, Joe, it's that old thing. If you don't bite as a puppy, you're probably not going to bite as a dog. We'll see, but I would draft a D tackle.
Yeah, okay. Everybody's all over the board. I don't know about this draft class. I'm with you. I haven't seen enough, but I do know improvement usually is a big jump in year 2. Aaron Brewer, you got to keep. That guy.
Yeah,
Brewer is, listen, first of all, the closest guy to the quarterback. That guy in the middle making calls and lining guys up, and then he just kicked ass. I mean, he was one of Chris's best free agent pickups ever. That was just a great pickup. And that guy ends up being one of the best, 2 or 3 centers in football now. We want to keep him.
Yeah, and you know what? The thing that about, when we talk about those core guys of Achane and Brewer and Brooks and Patrick Paul, Joe, the attitude that all of them play with, right? You saw Brew finishing blocks downfield. You see Jordan Brooks slamming dudes to the ground. You see Devon Achane finishing, falling forward. You see Patrick Paul mauling dudes. That's the attitude that you need on this team. That's what Hafley and Sullivan are trying to create here. All 4 of those guys, great for the Dolphins. Yeah, you've got to keep all 4 of those, Joe.
Hey, by the way, have you seen Loverboy? Did you get a chance to talk to Omar at all? Oh, my God. He's all head over heels like this is the one. He swiped and hit a home run on the swipe machine.
We didn't talk about his love life yesterday. He's in love.
Oh, he sent me a pic, and he falls way too early, and you know how this thing ends every time.
He does. He needs to talk to his therapist again. I think he's.
It's funny, Dr. Bear and I. He's a therapy guy. You're right. Omar is an open therapy guy.
He's slipping
about why do girls keep dumping me, and that's an issue you got to look in the mirror with.
You know what? I told Omar he needs to start dating women his age. But
that would help.
So that's part of the problem, Joe.
By the way, I'm with you on that one. I know I wouldn't try. Hey,
just saying.
Yeah, that's
just date some mature women. That's all. I'm just saying, not these women who barely have a high school diploma. You know what I'm saying, Joe? Come on, went to the prom last year.
Hey, the sad part of this, Omar's gonna be calling you now. He's gonna be blowing your phone up there, old school.
Oh yeah. I'll
get off your perk.
I'll get a text.
Thank you. Thanks, Perk. Appreciate it, brother.
All right, Big Joe.
All right, Chris Perkins, Sun Sentinel Dolphins columnist. Yeah. Omar sending me. I got to show him to Dr. Barry these pictures of Omar and this girl. This is the one, Joe. She's different. I don't know, man. That swiping thing has not been your best friend, man. not to mention those marriages. Hey, we got to go to break here, man. We got a lot more stuff to get to. Oh, my gosh, hurricane season is right around the corner, and Chev, the CEO of Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing, says, Joe, there's only one thing you can do. You can't control where the next storm's going to hit. We've been lucky here in South Florida, but it's just a matter of time. And I want to let you know, man, with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing, they're going to do it all for you. They truly are. They got great deals going. You're protected. Impact windows and hurricane category 5 rated, withstand 140-mile-per-hour winds. That's a good start. They offer all the great stuff, including 100% financing and zero down for impact windows, doors, and roofing. They do it all. And not only that, no interest, no payments for a year. And by the way, roofing material, tile, shingle, metal flat, they do it all for you. That's not a problem. Impact windows as low as $6 per month per window installed. Don't wait for the next storm. Get going. They cover all of South Florida. They do it all from start to finish. Permits, HOA approvals. You don't have to worry about anything. You just sign the contract, and they are off and running. Loctite Impact is a licensed and insured contractor. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com or call 954-500-LOCK. Covering all of South Florida, doing a great job for you. Chev and the team at Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing.
a.m. on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
This report is brought to you by the Casino at Dania Beach. Get ready for Ginger Billy Live at Stage 954, April 17th.
Joe, before we get back to it here, I want to let people know we do have those tickets to give away once again here. Pickleball Slam 4.
You're talking pickleball again today?
Yeah.
Hard Rock?
Yep.
That's become one of the biggest pickleball tournaments they have.
Andre Agassi, Annalie Waters, Jeannie Bouchard, James Blake, your guy, coming Hard Rock Live, April 15th.
Well,
we
that's
do
right
have
around
tickets
the corner.
to give away.
Yeah. I couldn't believe the crowd. I went home because we talk about every year, and they do stuff with us here at the station. I went home, it was on. I couldn't believe how many people went. All those pickleball people that play that game from Century Village.
You gonna say something mean about it?
I started to.
Good.
And I didn't
Well,
realize.
you know what? I hope when more people approach you at the mall, they, hopefully the pickleball community's riled up too.
Why would you say that?
The more that I think about it,
Well, let me
people
hear
have
this.
commented. It is kind of funny. Like, it's not for you. I mean, it's terrible, but for an outsider, it's definitely funny.
So I'm guessing this guy thought I was going to be by myself and go, hey, you look like you have no life that you came out here finding out. And why don't we just walk together? And I can hear every crappy thing you want to say. I can listen to.
Can we get to the bottom of this thing though? Was it Tua? Was it Chris? Like, what was he upset about?
I can tell you it wasn't Chris.
Chris doesn't have a lot okay. out here.
A lot of people going, Chris Greer got screwed. You're not getting a lot of that these days, in case you haven't noticed.
Okay. Trying to think of guys you've been hard on, and Tua comes to mind.
I did get a little lefty, though.
Yeah.
Little lefty.
Okay.
Little lefty. That's good. Little lefty. I got a
There you
little
go.
lefty
Yeah.
in that. But it was some other things.
Okay.
And it was Panther stuff and
really
and I go, they're not in the playoffs because, and of course, dumbass here for a second answered quite on his take. He's giving me the sports take on stuff, and then he wanted to get to my treatment of some people and why. And anyway, It just went past the agreement or disagreement on topics like the Panthers should have drafted. And I go, hey man, they're in it to win it right now, bro. What doesn't you like about going to Stanley Cup the last 2?
What about tanking? Was he a tanking
no,
guy?
you didn't hear with that.
Okay.
That we should just
just lose
some. It was just some mistakes they were trying to break down. We got one of the best GMs in professional sports on the hockey team, and I got this guy walking around with me when I didn't even want him to walk with me, and I got to listen to this guy's bull.
You gonna make it up to your wife?
She knew I didn't do anything. She just said, how do you know you were here? And I said,
Did you say you made the announcement multiple times in the morning?
It's a mall walking day at Sawgrass. And so they opened those malls, if you didn't know, open early, because I'll never go there again. Yeah. They open early before the stores do, so people show up and walk. It's a huge mall. Obviously.
Yeah, well, either way, the malls are not particularly crowded during the week.
But this guy decided something must have told him, like, hey, I really don't want to talk to my wife. I'm so glad you can walk next to me here, the loser that you are, for 20 minutes.
And he ruined your lunch. You didn't even get to go to lunch.
As soon as he went crazy for a second, and I asked him to please leave us alone. And then
I'm just picturing you sitting all alone at the food court
with
just
that pretzel,
all bummed out because this thing just went really, really south.
Well, I did walk her somewhat to the car, but as we got out there, she goes, I'm fine. It's just a cold. Okay. I'm fine. I can get to that. I'm fine. Why do you think everything's so funny when I just tell you? Why do you think?
Because I'm picturing you sitting alone at the food court eating your pretzel.
I did. I went back in. I had a pretzel. I go, well, I'm out here. That smell of that friggin' pretzel. I gotta get after.
So you went to go have a healthy walk, and you ended up putting on extra weight because you had a pretzel.
Woody, we don't have to go. Yeah, you just go too far, man. We got Pete Prisco. Little fireball Pete Prisco from Coral Springs High School. senior NFL columnist for CBS Sports. And, he's now he's got his mock drafts out, and we're going to get into everything with Pete. Man, I want a wide receiver and an offensive lineman. Not that I'm an offensive guy, and then we don't need a little help. I just always worry when we got a defensive coordinator background head coach. A little bit, just a little bit on for the draft coming up. Can't wait for it, though. 23rd, first round of the NFL draft. The Dolphins, by the way, going to have a busy Thursday and Friday because round 2 and 3 will be on Friday. So a lot of stuff to get to. Plus, Dr. Barry's going to join us at 9 o'clock, man. We're going to talk about things a lot more important in sports this morning. We're going to be getting into some other stuff, man, and your mental health is the most important thing out there for guys out there. And I got to tell you, Recovery Unplugged is a real deal and going to help you. So anyway, we'll have more on that. Pete Prisco will join us when we come back.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Ed Moore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Shop massive.
In apps.
I don't know. I think the Dolphins were wise in understanding my relationships around the league and knowing that I have information that they don't have or can't get. And I think they were smart in taking advantage of that, whether it was through me or through somebody else. The Cowboys have never elected to do that, at least with me. You know, maybe they have with others, but no, I don't feel there's a conflict. But I will say I'm pulling for the Dolphins, and I know that because now I have something at stake, and I think they hired two really talented, wonderful people, and I think that's going to prove itself out. Now, 26 is going to be a tough season because of the cap that took a big hit when they let Tua go, but. Time will tell, but yeah, I'm pulling for him. I want to see him do well because I feel like my fingerprints are on it as well.
Troy Aikman has talked a couple of times on podcasts about his role with the Dolphins and how he's been involved. Have you consulted with him since being hired, and how do you envision his role during the season with the team?
Yeah, I think right now Troy's been a good sounding board, and he's a guy that I've talked to a few times. We've had some really good conversations, and I'll continue to do that.
Troy Aikman and Jeff Hafley there. It is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood Hotline Shop. Over 2,000 Toyotas on sale, one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 Midget Hollywood and Sheridan, ToyotaofHollywood.com, Joe.
All right, Woody, thank you. And our man, known him for a long, long time, Pete Prisco, senior NFL columnist for CBS Sports, and he's got his mock drafts, and we got all kinds of stuff, and Brady and doing games and running ownership and going to be in the war room. Now Troy Aikman's involved, the Hall of Fame quarterback for the Cowboys with the Dolphins. We say good morning to Pete Prisco. Pete, how you doing, bud?
Good. What's up, Joe? How are you?
I'm doing all right. What'd you think of this whole Troy Aikman thing? It's Monday Night Football, number one team, obviously, and instead of working even with Jerry Jones, he didn't want me, so I'm with the Dolphins. It's just kind of a weird one, kind of a strange one. What do you think?
It is weird. Is it a conflict of interest? You could say it is, but look, guys around the league pick the brains of people in the league more than we know. Now, whether they put them on the payroll is a whole nother issue, but the reality is information is out there. Information you can gather is to your advantage, and I think guys use other people to their advantage. And
yes,
and Troy Aikman has a lot of access, and that's the other part of it. Teams give Troy Aikman and Tom Brady access when they're doing games. Should they? And would you? Or is it a conflict of interest? So the other side of it, too, is this, Joe. I mean, isn't the NFL a little paranoid of everything? I mean, the reality is, are there really secrets out there anymore? Sure, maybe you don't know exactly who they're going for in free agency. You don't know what they're targeting. Yeah. You had an idea they were going after Malik Willis. I mean, that was out there. And so I don't think there really is that many secrets out there anymore. But I also understand where people can look at it and say it's a conflict of interest.
Well, let's talk about the other story in the draft time now. Just almost 2 weeks from tomorrow, first round of the NFL draft, and just taking a look at yours and with all your CBS buddies as well. I want to ask you about some different guys. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver out of ASU, is apparently a super talented guy, but he's injured a lot over the last 3 years. Everybody says when he's healthy, he is absolutely the best wide receiver. How do you, guys that have been banged up a lot scare me to death, Pete. Scare me to death. What about for you?
Yeah, and again, I'm being a Sun Devil, I watched all his games, and he is, I think, on paper, the best wide receiver in the draft class. But the other side of me is also like, when are you available? I mean, they were pushing for a national championship 2 years ago when they were in the playoffs, and he wasn't available. He wasn't there. Last year, he missed a ton of time. And so that to me is always concerning. So healthy, I think he's better than Tate, and I think he's better than Mekhi Lemon or anybody else in this draft class. But without availability is your most important ability. So I am concerned about that, which is probably why I would take Tate ahead of him.
Let me ask you about this guard tackle thing, because the Dolphins probably going to be interested, at least looking at it. Spencer Fano or Francis Maui Noah, both guys are talking about can play guard and tackle, and everybody likes that flexibility. What are your thoughts on both those guys? Do you like one more over the other?
Well, I think I'm with the people out there that think both of them have more of a guard look than a tackle look. And look, could you get by playing him at tackle? Sure. But I think they both could be all-world guards. And I said that all year long with the kid from Miami. I thought he looked like a guard to me. Could you get by with him playing right tackle? Sure. Will he be a good right tackle? Probably. But I think he'd be a great guard. And so I do look at both those guys. You know, the kid from Utah has short arms, so that's always a concern when you're playing tackle. We saw that with Will Campbell. But again, I think both of them can be dominant guards and good tackles. And so you got to ask yourself, which one do you want them to, where do you want them to play? And again, if you go back in the history of recent, all-world guards, a lot of them were college tackles.
Yes.
I mean, Marshall Yanda, he was a tackle. Zach Martin. You look at guys, Kelechi Osemele when he was with the Ravens, they have a history of moving guys inside the guard. So I do think if you like them more at guard, then draft them and play them at guard. If you need them at right tackle, you could also play them there.
Pete, I want to play something for you from Jason Taylor, defensive line coach at University of Miami. I should say pass rushers, responsible especially for the two guys on the outside, Mesidor and Bain. Here's what he had to say about the combine and pro day. I want you to hear this.
I see it every day. He didn't put on for a pro day. He didn't train for a pro day. He played in the national championship, took some time off, got his body where it needed to be to go out and do what he does every day. A lot of guys train for pro days. That's why I think Bain and Mez are going to be really good in the NFL. They didn't train for a pro day. They don't train for the pageant. I hate to be a jerk, but pro days and the combine are pageants. It ain't football. You give me 2 months to train for a pageant. I'm 51 years old. I can go look good in that. Excuse my French. But put the film on and drop the mic like they did. Sorry, I take it a little personal. I apologize for the cuss words. You guys can cut that out.
So some of that was Jason Taylor's own experience at the Senior Bowl because he was so light. You probably remember all that stuff. But what do you think about that? Do you think teams put too much on the combine and pro day, or do you think most of this is still done by what you see in big games?
Do they put too much on it? Absolutely. And I think it's paralysis by analysis. So that's what it ultimately ends up being. If you see guys on tape, you go dive in, you watch more tape. If you go watch more tape and you like even more, then go watch more tape. And you can see if they're good football players and can it translate to the next level. And so there's, sometimes it can be tough evaluations. If you're looking for an edge rusher and you're watching him play a tackle who's not going to, he's going to be bouncing at the local bar in a couple months, that's going to be a tough evaluation. So you try and look at him and evaluate him against good players. And when they're matched up against good players, how they do. As far as Ruben Bain and Mesidor, they're both really good football players. And Bain has been picked to shreds with the short arms and everything else. Is he twitchy enough? Look, he's not a twitchy edge rusher. That's not what he is. He's a power player. Is he going to be a 20-sack guy? Probably not. Is he going to be a 15-sack guy? I think he's going to be one of those guys where he's going to be 11, 12 all the time or in that vicinity, and he's going to be a dominant football player. Mesidor can rush from the outside, can rush from the inside. And, a lot of teams look at him and they say, boy, we can get him on third down, push him on the inside. He's going to dominate in there, which he's done some really good rushes from in there as well. I think both guys are going to be first-round picks. Both guys should be first-round picks. And, yes, Jason Taylor is 100% accurate. Watch the tape.
Yeah. So why do we have him? We spend a lot of time. I know there's other business done, to be fair. I know the combine has to do with a lot of early cheating, on getting an early jump on the business of football with everything and agents and teams. But, yeah, do you think I always wonder. I love the 40-yard dash, by the way, and I don't know how much it counts or how much it really helps offensive lineman, whether he runs a 5.3 40 or a 4.89 40, but they don't run that far that often. So I'm always surprised.
You know what, Joe? That's all becoming obsolete too, because you have the GPS monitoring. I could tell you how fast you're playing during a game.
True.
And if I can put, look at a guy on tape and we're getting into AI now, and I can put a guy on tape and say he's playing at this speed, even though he runs at that speed. And the history is littered with that. Guys who didn't run fast on the clock, but ran fast on the field. And I'll give you the perfect example. Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice was not fast on the clock. And I said that to him once. You know what he said to me? He said, "Did you ever see anybody catch me from behind?" And I said, "No," because that's who he is. And so you know that as well as anybody having played the game. Game speed is different than clock speed, and I think that's sometimes we get all caught up in that. So look, teams are not going to the combine now. Jacksonville's group didn't go this year. The Rams don't go. And, a lot of it is because they don't want to be influenced in large part by the process when you can put the tape on and find out if a guy's a good football player or not.
All right, so the big one, I think this can be the story of the draft because everybody's all over the board. Some guys are getting ripped for having Ty Simpson too high, and some are getting ripped that he's too low and his upside, and he doesn't have enough starts and all that stuff. How do you feel about Ty Simpson?
He's going in the first round, and I think he probably should go in the first round. If you're a team out there that needs a quarterback, you got to take as many swings at it as you can until you fix it. And I know what's happening is a lot of teams are going to kind of weigh it against next year. And you look at next year, you got a chance to have a ton of good quarterbacks in that draft class. There's probably 12, 13, 14 of them right now. You're looking at saying, okay, if 6 of them end up having the kind of seasons you think they could have, you're going to have a heck of a quarterback draft next year. So I think they're balancing that against it. But if you're Pittsburgh, I think you consider them. I think if you're Cleveland, they consider them. There's going to be other teams that want to go back into the first round and maybe consider him. So I do think he's going in the first round. The amount of starts, concerning. The fact that he grew up with a coach as a father is helpful. He played injured last year. That tells you he's a tough guy. It hurt his draft stock a little bit, but he played through it. I think that's a good thing for him. He knows how to play in the pro-style system, so that's a positive for him. I do think he's going in the first round. I think he should go in the first round as much as I like next year's quarterback class. But, again, it's probably going to be later in the first round, not early in the first round.
You have the Dolphins, by the way. Jermod McCoy going 11th, cornerback out of Tennessee. Just tell me a little bit about him. There's a good chance we take a cover corner. Would not be surprised.
Yeah, you look at their room right now. I mean, a lot of guys in there, but do you really want to play with all those guys? Now Marshall's got a chance to be a good little nickel corner, but Storm Duck and Darrell Baker and Juju Brents and come on, they got to get a cover corner, and he's the best cover corner in the draft in my book. And look, he's coming off an ACL. 2 years ago, his tape was phenomenal. And again, you got to sit there and say, what's he going to be when he comes back from the ACL? He ran a great 40 time recently, if you that matters to you. But that tells you he's back in on competing on the field, and that's a good thing. So I think he's the best corner, and I think if you're Miami, you have to get a corner in this draft class.
Hey, Pete, I don't know if you agree with this. We were just talking after the Waddle deal trade was done for with the Dolphins. I think Denver has got the most complete team in the AFC, and I don't even think it's close. Not everybody agrees with me. What's your take on Denver and having what they have back and now adding Waddle to that group of receivers?
Yeah, getting Waddle is big for them because he gives them, a guy who can run all the routes and can do so many different things. I thought they were, their passing game was just okay. Some of that's because Bo Nix is still growing as a quarterback, but Sutton doesn't run that well. Getting Waddle in the middle of the field will help them. I don't know if they're the most complete team. I think they're one of them. I think there's a lot of really good teams in the AFC. The AFC has some good, but Buffalo's going to be good again. I'm not so sure about New England. They won a lot of close games last year. I think Jacksonville's going to be good. I think Houston's going to be good. There's a lot of good teams that in their own division. Heck, the Chargers with Mike McDaniel's going to be great for that run game. He really is.
He will be. I agree. Yeah. I think he could be a really good offensive coordinator. Yeah. I don't know if you think he ever gets a head coaching job again?
You never say never in this league. You see it.
He's been getting bashed for everything that's coming out now. My God, man, guys taking shots at the playground.
So come on, I'm not going to sit here and say I didn't.
I know. No, you were the originator. Hell, you had people upset that were sitting with us. I go, Pete, you got to calm down a little bit, brother. You go, calm down. What is this practice? I know. I remember.
I was right about all that stuff. Look, the bottom line is, this. You've been around the game for a long, long time, and you played for the most.
The hardest ass there was in the NFL. Yeah.
Okay, you might not need to be that anymore, but you need to be a lot closer to that than Mike McDaniel was. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's got to be discipline there. So, but he will be a really good offensive coordinator for them. And what happens if the Chargers get to the Super Bowl and all of a sudden now look at that offense and Mike McDaniel will be a hot guy again? You know how this league is.
Right.
They come back around all the time.
That's true. That's true. That's fair. Hey, Pete, as always, man, really appreciate it.
Hey, Joe, I got one thing I got to ask you, okay?
Yeah.
I'm watching TV the other day, and there's commercials on 42 times, you and Aron Degas, okay? It's on all the time.
Yeah.
You read his line while you're waiting to do your line.
Yeah, but that's what we were doing for the commercial. Yeah.
Like,
Everybody's noticed that.
I'm like, Joe, what are you doing? We're not that old, Joe. You can remember when it's time to go, can't you?
No, I could not. No. That's when, you know what? Everybody's now noticed because that commercial runs like every 2 minutes. So all day long on every station.
You say Aronde's line and your line. It's amazing.
And I didn't get paid as much as he did. So that was the whole deal.
And by the way, he caught his last touchdown pass and you caught his first. And I'm going to give you a compliment here because I think you look younger than he does.
Well, he caught that one against Jacksonville. I don't know if he wants to be involved with that last one. That last one we lost by 60 in that game.
7.
Yeah,
62 to 7.
At least the one I lost, the first one we didn't lose. That was a little closer Monday Night Football game.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete, thank you, brother. Always appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
You got it, Joe.
All right, Pete Prisco, senior NFL columnist for CBS Sports. I got to tell you, man, about your South Florida Chevy dealers this morning, man, switching from Pete to the South Florida Chevy dealers and those great looking trucks. That Chevy Silverado's like they've custom made one for you. Heavy duty, light duty. What are you looking for, man? You looking for a full-time working truck? That's how you make a living 7 days a week. We got a Silverado truck as strong and as durable as you are every day, as dependable as you're going to get. And maybe you need a truck for the whole family and still get the toys around on the weekend. Yeah, the jet skis, the boat, all those things. Loads of power, capability, and advanced camera technology. We got you covered with everything you could ever want. It's always a great time with SUVs, cars, and trucks when you stop by your South Florida Chevy dealers. 14 dealerships, South Florida. I love my Tahoe, but you may want a Suburban. You may want something smaller. SUVs are smoking hot at your South Florida Chevy dealers.
and attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Hyundai. You always pay less for your pricito at Doral Hyundai. Visit us at Doral Hyundai, DoralHyundai.com. Starting with the Heat, who fell to the Raptors 121-95. Miami will stay in Toronto for a rematch tomorrow night. Over to the Panthers, who lost to Montreal 4-3 in overtime. The Cats will now head over to Ottawa tomorrow night. And the baseball, the Marlins fell to the Reds 6-3. Sandy Alcantara had a shutout going into the ninth. Cincinnati scored twice. They secured the win with 4 in the 10th. Game 3 of the 4-game series is tonight with the first pitch at 6:40 from Lone Depot Park. You can catch the game right here on WQAM. And the Hurricanes beat FIU 9-7. Next up, the Canes will host Wake Forest for a 3-game series on Friday. And Joe, before we kick off the 9 o'clock hour, let's do a little giveaway here.
All right, let's do that. And what do you have today? We got our pickleball.
We do. We are a pickleball show. And
by the way, great place to have the pickleball tournament, which has been huge, although I'm not a pickleball fan, but it's great. Agassi and the gang over there put on a hell of a show.
You told all this to James Blake when you saw him?
I did say it to him. I said, what are you doing, man? You're a great tennis player. What are you doing with pickleball?
What did he say?
I said, you over at Century Village? They got some new courts over there. What are you doing?
I hope he ripped you. Anyway, it's Andre Agassi, Anna Lee Waters, Jeannie Bouchard, James Blake. Hard Rock Live, April 15th. Caller number 5, 305-567-0560 will get you in.
Say, take a break from your own pickleball game. Stay away from our parks at Plantation, please. Oh. And come on out and grab a bite to eat. There's so much going on out there. It's great stuff.
Hatred you have.
No,
just by the way, you know what? Just say Joe Rose at any of the nice restaurants at Hard Rock, and they'll take you right over to a nice table right up front.
Yeah.
Be in good shape.
Yeah. Hey, let's switch it over. This is really cool. We talk a lot about Recovery Unplugged, and Dr. Barry joins us this morning from Recovery Unplugged, and big sports fan, which is great. And Doc, it's great having you, man, with us.
It's wonderful to be here.
No, man, it's so cool for you to take some time off. And hey, we talk. I was just talking to all the teams now have for depression and things that happen to players like everybody in life, that addiction and everything else. And it's and guys are more open. We were talking about Omar, but guys are more open about their. Well, we got to look at that beautiful girlfriend of his. She looks good, but it's great that people, you and I've noticed too that guys have opened up more about it. Used to be private. You don't want it's weakness, and I just got to work my way out of this. And we see guys handling it. You get in a funk, whatever gives you problems, and they're handling it better and getting help.
Yeah, I mean, mental health is a hot topic now. It just is, not just in sports and corporate America. Everywhere you turn, mental health is really forefront, center stage, and it's. I think the stigma of struggling has started to dissipate.
Yeah,
a lot. Right? We were talking.
It's okay to get help.
Yeah, we were talking off camera. If we say that, I don't know if we say that on the radio,
no.
But
off the mic,
we were talking
sure.
about how back when you were playing ball, we didn't talk about our feelings. Nobody, especially men, didn't talk about their feelings. And today, it's just a whole different ballpark.
Yeah. I'd never hear my dad say, "Hey, your mother and I are going through a rough time right now."
How does that make you feel, Joe?
Yeah. He said, "Shut up, you're fine. Now get over here." No, it was fine. Hey, so I always wonder, people come in, are they pretty honest? They're coming to you because they obviously have a problem. You find not everybody's honest when they first come in that front door and completely authentic about what's going on.
Well, I think the answer is maybe. There's different situations when I'm dealing with somebody prior to them coming in where they need a little bit of coaxing. Maybe they need a little bit of, pleading with, like, hey, like, this is a real snapshot of what your life looks like. And I know that you believe you're doing fine. That word denial, right? DENIAL stands for don't even notice I am lying, right? So
that's all.
When people are in denial, they really believe the things that are going on in their head. And I think it's important, right? The first step to really getting help, in my opinion, is awareness, right? We have to be aware that there's a problem to treat it. Some people come in, they're at the end of their rope and they're just ready. And then there's others that come in. I was sharing with you off air a little bit about my story, that, you hear it a lot, that you really have to want this to get it. And if you don't want it, don't worry, you're not going to get it. I wasn't one of those guys. I wasn't sure what I wanted.
Yeah.
I knew that I was in trouble. I knew that my life wasn't good. I knew that I didn't look good, but I never said that, hey, I'm ready to give up what makes me feel better. And I just gave it I'd say about 90 days. And I said, I'm going to do this thing for 90 straight days. If I don't look better, if I don't feel better, if my relationships haven't improved, drugs and alcohol will always be there.
Yeah.
And somewhere in those first 90 days, I drank the Kool-Aid, and like a good addict, I said, wow, if I feel this good at 90 days, I wonder how I'll feel at 6 months.
Yeah.
And that was just about 30 years ago.
You said something interesting too at Recovery Unplugged. A lot of staff's been through it, so they've been on the other side.
Yeah. It's the whole takes one to know one type mentality.
Yeah.
I do think that there's a difference between sympathizing with somebody or having empathy, right? For those of us that have empathy, we've walked a mile in your shoes before, and we really understand what that looks like.
What do you find sets off most of things? And I know it's not generic and different. Everybody's got different problems that cause them. That you get in a funk, and all of a sudden now you can't get out of it from whatever sets you off. Could be losing your job and can't get going on your feet again. Depression from it cause you to drink and do drugs more. Is there any one thing that you see that's consistent?
Loss, whether it's the loss of a loved one, loss of a relationship, loss of a job. Loss.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Loss tends to be a big ticket item when it comes to mental health deteriorating. Everybody goes through something, and it's okay.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's okay to not be okay, right? But there are some people that get to a place where not being okay is really starting to affect their entire life, their work life, their home life, their love life.
Yeah.
And when people fall into that type of funk, they might need a little bit of nudge in the right direction.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you guys talk a lot about that. Hey, can you talk about this music-based healing a little bit?
I am head over heels in love with Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health. I know I'm a little biased. But I will tell you, as somebody who's worked in the field going on about 20 years, that music is used more as a catalyst to connect with clients and engage and break down barriers. One of our principals spent 4 years touring with the band Aerosmith. And so we figured out ways that music.
They've seen it all.
They've seen it all. Yeah, it was a little rock and roll band.
Holy smokes.
So, all of our facilities have fully functioning sound stages. It's just such a unique program. And now we've even moved from the inpatient world to the virtual world as well. So for the people who are kind of like on the edge of coming in, maybe they don't really need to be inpatient, we offer this wonderful virtual intensive outpatient program that they can do from home over Zoom.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Wow. What's the number one question you get when somebody comes in that, kind of looking at you and they realize they might be going into your facility? I always wonder what
number one question, how long will I be here?
Yeah. Let's get this done.
Fast forward a few weeks down the road. What do you mean I have to go? Can I stay longer?
Wow.
That's always a good sign.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, listen, you've helped over 20,000 people nationwide with expert care. And you talk about the music-based healing and the innovative treatments with ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and traumas. That pretty much covers it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's in my opinion, when people check in, no one knows what to expect.
Yeah.
And the longer they stay, the more acclimated they get to the community. I mean, it really is a beautiful facility. The staff is phenomenal, but most important, the clients are actually happy. I was there yesterday. I was walking around there touring with a mutual friend of ours.
Yeah.
And I think she felt the energy from the clients. She spent.
I'd love to come by next week. I'd love to come by and see it and go for that, see the whole thing. I think it'd be great.
We would love to have you,
Yeah.
of course.
Call 954-737-4508 if you're going through it or somebody you know is going through it. And you can always visit recoveryunplug.com and get all the information of something that might touch you, that can help you and it is a great little facility.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
Hey, Doc, this has been great, man. Really, really appreciate you spent some time with us today and just talking about everything. And it's a fresh start. It's a fresh start. If somebody out there is ready to do it, you know you need it. People are telling you in your life you need it. Maybe you need to take a look. And Dr. Barry and his staff would love to have you at Recovery Unplugged and maybe answer all your questions and get you started. That's 954-737-4508. And again, visit recoveryunplugged.com. New year, new you, Recovery Unplugged, heal out loud. Dr. Barry, thank you, brother.
Thank you so much for having me.
The Heat played an important game versus the Raptors last night. We've got the
and had a 2-0 lead. Went out and by the way, had a low pitch count, so he went out and he pitched the ninth and got one out, and then had some runners on base, and so Anthony Bender came in. Pete Fairbanks, who is a closer, wife is having a baby, so he's going to be out for a week and a half or so with the new child. So Anthony Bender, and this is all, I mean, listen, everybody's going to blow a game this year. Everybody, every setup guy or closer, it's going to happen to everybody in baseball. It's a long season. You're going to have great days and you're going to have rough days. And Anthony Bender had 2 outs, 2-1 lead, and bounced one up on a wild pitch and got by the catcher and tied the game to 2-2. And then they go on, and the Marlins end up losing in 10 to the Reds. But, man, Sandy Alcantara just deserved better. 8 shutout innings, and you don't get a win. 8 shutout. I mean, he was on a roll and giving up a run his first 2 outings, and then is on his way again and goes back out, and everybody was fired up. I know I was watching, fired up, like, hey, let's go. Get it. Let's go the ninth. Sandy, go get it. Go get it. And they got some guys on and couldn't close the door. Couldn't close the door before the game was tied up. So it's obviously a no decision for Sandy Alcantara when looked like 2-0 that he was about ready to start the year 3-0, which has been a hell of a story. And other story coming out, the Heat just embarrassing again. Just a reminder of what a play-in team looks like, because that's what they are. For the 4th straight year, they will be in the play-in. The question is, what seed will they be, a 9 or a 10 and a team on the road, or can they move up? An outside chance they can get to 7 or 8 if they win some of these games. But that team, I mean, when they lose some of these games on the road, they just get pounded. Just Scotty Barnes last night from South Florida and Brandon Ingram, both big games for Toronto, but they just look bad. They got pounded in the paint, got out-rebounded, didn't shoot the ball well, and really struggled. And bam, 2 for 13 from the field with 7 points. 2 for 13, 7 points. Your best player can't have that kind of game. And I know he's been pretty outspoken here about things that are going on with his team and the problems, but damn, 7 points, man. So anyway, they're sitting in that 10 spot, still got a few games left, got another game with Toronto tomorrow night, and the Panthers had what looked like a victory up in Montreal with 21 seconds left before Montreal tied the game up and won in the shootout. So it was, ouch. A little bit rough for everything there.
Well, the good news for the Heat, I don't know if you saw that article that ESPN put out about Giannis.
Yeah.
He'll be up for grabs come this offseason. So
they're saying they'll be the same teams.
What a disaster, by the way. That thing in Milwaukee.
Oh,
holy cow, man.
That
article is
that
rough.
is a dysfunctional look across the board. I don't know if any coach could have. I know we're getting on Doc Rivers and
but that's an awesome pile-on job there, right? But stuff that starts to come out about these guys when things go this bad.
This is exactly what happens to losing organizations.
Can I play this thing for you one more time? Yeah. I thought this was pretty funny.
Then comes March 2. It was a game of a back-to-back against the Boston Celtics. Doc Rivers called for a team meeting that day. And the day of the game, this team meeting, my understanding is in that meeting, Doc Rivers implored his team, according to 6 people in the room, to look at my resume and, quote, Google me. I took teams to the playoffs and championship that weren't supposed to be there. I thought this was one of them. That was not well received internally. And that was just another example of the disconnect between player and coach.
I think he had a pretty good team in Boston that went the whole way. Was that Ray Allen?
I'm
Kevin
surprised
Garnett?
that wasn't well received. Google me, bro. Did they even have Google back when he won?
I don't know, but trying to relate to guys that way, I don't think that does it. I would just
You don't say.
recommend to every coach that, like Andy Reid, going, hey, listen, do you know what I've friggin' done in this league? Do you know what I've done?
Well, you only need to say stuff like that when you know
Steve
you're
Kerr
a fraud.
going,
though,
hey, I
right?
want to let you know, have you seen my resume?
Doc has stolen, I got to think, hundreds of millions, tens of millions of dollars.
Doc's made a lot of money.
He has stolen a lot of money off that one championship with that loaded team.
Doc has landed on his feet. He was in Philadelphia, right?
He's been everywhere. Where hasn't he been?
So, hey, who knows? He said now, though, he's about had it. He's about ready to spend time with the grandkids.
Well, I don't know if there's anywhere left to go.
Well,
although, I mean, he is the most recycled coach in the history of sports.
I got to tell you, though, there's a lot of guys been recycled that keep getting chances. And
all right, here you go. He coached for the Magic, coached for the Celtics, coached for the Clippers, the Sixers, and the Bucks.
Wow.
That's talking about recycling.
What'd you give me? 5, 6 teams right there. Holy smokes.
Yeah. Well, remember that thing with the Clippers was a disaster.
Oh, no, he's had some bad ones.
The Sixers thing was obviously.
76er thing was, that was rough.
He had the one thing with the Celtics. That was it.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Doc, I don't know. What do you get? He got the one championship. He's going to be a Hall of Famer.
He was only 64.
Oh, I don't know.
I never thought he was 90.
I got to tell you, how would you like to have that stress of your teams either blowing it in the playoffs? Didn't he have James Harden on the disaster there? Was that James Harden that disappeared on him? And now the Giannis situation. Giannis, by the way, man, Giannis is claiming that he came clean to the team, he and his agent twice, that he wanted to be traded, and they didn't do it. I love this came out. They're saying they got very intrigued with the Heat offer with Hero and Ware and first-round picks. I'm guessing that was 2 first-round picks. I don't know if they had any more. But, man, unbelievable, huh? All the stuff that has come out. By the way,
makes $10 million to $11 million annually with the Bucks.
Woody, I think a lot of coaches in basketball, football.
He had a 5-year, $40 million contract in 2020 with the Sixers.
Oh.
Clippers gave him a 5-year, $35 million extension in 2014.
Yeah, he's made a lot of money.
Wow.
Made a lot of money.
You have to use a gun to steal all that money. That's impressive.
We're paying Mike McDaniel $19 million the next 2 years to be offensive coordinator for the Chargers.
It's a lot.
So he's going there. He feels like a head coach. He goes, hey, Harbaugh, coach, we're making the same amount of money here together.
A lot of money to buy those short pants and watches and sunglasses, whatever. Shoes.
Pete Pritzko's, he's right. Mike could have a lot of success with that group if they stay healthy and those 2 tackles back and what they're going to add and some of the things that it looks like that relationships, he's going to pretty much let Mike truly run everything. But I got to tell you, I don't know. I'm with you. Pete thinks he's going to get another chance, especially if they go on and win it all, which I guess if they do win it all, but he's still got the same problems come back to haunt him, don't they? Nobody's questioning how good he had. A lot of jobs after things were a disaster here.
A lot of guys are very good at
he had
drawing
a lot
up
of
the X's and O's and all that stuff.
I
but
totally agree, man.
I think he lost that team.
Woody,
they just seem to take advantage of him. Like I really liked the way that he came in with this whole all right, we're gonna let the players, you guys are pros, kind of be accountable for yourselves, and they crapped all over him.
What do you say? We're all teammates, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've never heard that before. We're not teammates.
He took it a little too far. But again, I kind of like the way that he was like, all right, you guys are professionals. You get paid a lot of money. You should be.
Well,
they should be able to show up on time on their own. You shouldn't have to have, these guys they're not kids, Joe. You shouldn't have to have someone yelling at you to be on time.
You still got to stay on, guys.
I guess.
No,
at that age,
no, you're wrong. No,
you're in your late 20s, early 30s, or whatever. These guys are getting paid tens of millions of dollars.
You're talking about athletes that if you don't stay on them, they will not be on time unless they know it is serious.
I don't know, man. That seems like a new school thing, though.
What?
The not showing up on time thing. I don't know where that all of a sudden started, but
there's a lot of guys that listening from age 50, 60, 70. They're listening to us right now. I'm guessing grew up in a time when you were told as a kid to be on time for something. Your ass was on time. And it's not like that now. It's not like that. There's guys that just, I overslept. Like, well, that's not acceptable. Like
traffic, always a
traffic.
Although traffic sometimes could be
hey man,
a fair
we had
excuse down here, but
we had two of our best players that abused it. One on offense, one on defense, and just abused it. Took
it's
advantage.
just weird though, man. Like you shouldn't have to have a crazy dictator head coach to get you on time.
Hey, Woody,
that just shouldn't be.
Woody, you got to stay on that.
That's more on the
You know who else had the same problem? Adam Gase had the same problem. Adam Gase put it up on his board. He thought embarrassing those guys on the board.
Yeah.
I went in there one morning. We're doing a show out there, and I see he's got like three guys, 3,500 late, special teams meeting, offense meeting, team meeting. And I'm like,
hey, you guys just don't
and
care.
by the way, they are really good players. They had some guys just take the money out. I won't be there for the special teams meeting. Just take the 35.
But there's still a lot of guys that handle their business the right way. Look at Malachi over at UM. You think that guy ever shows up late?
I know, but
there's still guys that care.
That's not everybody.
I know.
It's a handful of guys. But a handful of guys can poison your friggin' team. Because at some point they go, why am I here? The story I always hear is the Waddle story with Wes Welker. I probably shouldn't say it now that I open my big mouth.
Yeah, you probably. This one sounds.
No, like he had to
good,
leave
but-
early and said, trying to think how to say it. Tyreek leaves early, so I got to go. I got something to do, or I always had something to do, and
More important than
and
practice.
the other guys are going. No, they were done, but they're having a meeting, and he said, well. The other guys said, well, why are we here? The play's for him, and he's not here. Why are we listening to this play? It's not our play. It's his play. So
great.
That's
hard to see why things didn't work out.
I know,
over
bro,
there,
but
yeah.
you can't sit here and be stupid to think that guys are just all.
I think there's some guys that at least have the pride.
But
Getting paid that kind of money to be a pro.
There's a reason that this coach has mentioned more than once, Jeff Hafley.
He said it again yesterday.
He says
Show
it
up
every
on
time.
time,
Show
yep.
up on time. Show up on time. Let's go to work. Show up on time. Let's go to work. Show up on time because we got Chris Perkins from the Sun Sentinel coming up next.
Text WQAM on the Kansas Toyota text line at 305.